Well, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome. Chris Chandler here along with Skip Copeland for what promises to be a super exciting game and the kickoff of a 2025 football season for the Broken Bow Savages. And Skip, Broken Bow last year starting out with a new head coach, new quarterback, a little bit of an unknown, but this year, man, there is a lot of excitement about this football season.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of high expectations for this football team. You give the coaching staff, if you guys will get in the time machine with me, let's go back to last year. Late notice, had to hire a football coach kind of in a hurry. Didn't have a lot of time for Coach Maverick Lang to come in and install a system. He had to hire assistants in a very rapid manner. This year, it's not been that way. This year he's had a full year to implement his system. He's hired his coaches. Everybody's in place. They had a great summer. They've gotten bigger. They've gotten faster. We're real excited about this football team.
He's dialed down the weather to a wonderful, 77 degrees for kickoff in August. There has never, in my recollection, been football weather in August and week 0.
This is by far the coolest night, week 1, that we've had in. I can't remember the last time we've had a night like this.
I don't think we have.
Well, this is week 0.
Yeah. It's fantastic. Again, another full schedule of streaming. We'll be able to bring you every game that Broken Bow's playing, including the playoffs this year. They've changed the laws in Oklahoma, and hopefully the Savages will be traveling deep into those playoffs. I'd like to thank, again, these live streams brought to you by your sponsors, McCurtain County National Bank. Since 1983, first televised broadcast of Broken Bow football that season, and a sponsor for this live stream since its inception in 2018.
Yeah, they do so much for the school, not just sponsoring the football team. They really contribute heavily to just about everything we do at the school. McCurtain County National Bank, just a pillar of the community, really, as far as our businesses are concerned. They're there every time you need them.
Yeah, as is Jennifer Broada, State Farm Insurance, another one of our partners again this year, and teachers love her. I think she sends, donuts, whatever, to them. And
she does. Jennifer does so many things that she doesn't really even, not that she's looking for recognition, but things that she just does because out of her kindness. And again, just a great contributor to our school system. Yeah, and the Broken Tiki. And then, hey, man, it's great. It's actually still August. They're going to have Water Wars this Sunday up there at the lake. And that's, again, it's... If you haven't done it, you've got to go. Even the thing is, I'm surprised at how many local folks that I talk to, and I say, have you ever done the tiki boat? And they're like, what's the tiki boat? I'm like, no, you got to go do it. It's so much fun. They take you out to Old Hochatown, over to 5 Mile Holler where Hochatown was. I mean, obviously it's just a body of water now. Yeah. It's a fun ride. I have a good time with it. You can hover 100 feet over Old Hochatown. That's true, yeah. The Choctaw Nation Together We're More program, it's a great ad campaign, great program recognizing tribal members that have made some quite accomplishments, and we'll have some, actually we have, it changes every month, so we'll have a couple of ads by them time, and then it'll be different next week. Oh, again, I mean, we could spend the entire pregame talking about what the Choctaw Nation does as far as contributing to our communities here in Southeast Oklahoma. It's I don't know where we would be without them, honestly. So we're proud to have them as a sponsor. Great partners with us in the media for Broken Bow Public Schools. Yeah, and then downtown Broken Bow, our 5th partner again this year, and what a renaissance in downtown Broken Bow. Those businesses down on Broadway, Maine, are just have really renovated, made it a place to go, to have fun. In fact, they are going to be not only open, some of the businesses down there till midnight tonight for the home games, but they also will, they're going to have watch parties for the away games, I think at Brick and Bread, which is one of the member businesses down there. Yeah, I'm going to date us here a little bit, Chris, but where that amphitheater is, you and I built a studio in 1992, I think it was. I lived there for about 6 months in the back. So, yeah. And that, if I think about what that street looked like when we were there, selling our used clothing on the street, try to pay the rent. And now what it's like. I mean, come on, it's a fun little spot to visit, and the restaurants are just continue to grow and get better, and there's new restaurants coming in, and the downtown Broken Bow is thriving. We're proud to have them as a partner, and that's a lot of businesses involved there in that organization. So not just one business there. So go down downtown Broken Bow, enjoy yourself. And again, the after party tonight, the street dance coming next week, I think, downtown with the reunion coming back to town, the 5-year reunion. So.
Yeah, homecoming's next week.
Homecoming, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, by the way, those weren't used clothing. That was vintage. We were just a little ahead of our time.
We were, yeah.
Also, like to thank Oklahoma Pool Spas and Outdoors. They're one of the not a partner, but a sponsor, as well as Crystal Forest, right there, both of them, right when you get into Hochtown there on the right. So appreciate their sponsorship of Broken Bow Savage football.
Depends on which direction you're going, whether they're on the right or not, but I knew what you meant. They're on the west side.
When you're going from here, I should say. So thanks to all.
If you're going from here, it's on your left.
Oh, that's right.
If you're going north, it's on your left. Crystal Forest wedding venue or event venue in Oklahoma, Pools and Spas. They're going to be banner sponsors with us this year. Our thanks to them as well. Yeah, I should never be an air traffic controller. I remember a football-related story. I actually had Coach Ishkanadby made me paint R. We took a marker and put R and L on my wrist so I knew right from left. Yeah, we had a guy in our boot camp that was forced to use a Sharpie, or at the time it was a black magic marker, and do that. And he had to have them there every day. If he didn't have the L and the R on his hands during inspection, he got a demerit. That's how bad it was. Yeah, I didn't get a demerit, but I did run a lap or two. Yeah. We're going to take a quick break in this pregame and have some words from these sponsors, from the partners, and then we'll be back with more of the pregame show and then the kickoff of Broken Bow Savage Football 2025.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
Running isn't more important than their faith, their family, and our life. I believe that my sole mission in life, no matter what I'm doing, I should be an ambassador for Christ. He knew that when I turned 40 years old, I was going to start running and using this as a ministry. I've seen it through the people that he's brought into my life, as a husband, as a father, as a runner. I've just seen it each day, how he's going to use this for his glory.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services, such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochtown, and Valiant.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
Welcome back again. A huge thanks to our media partners for this school year, bringing you Broken Bow Savage football as well as Savage basketball and sponsoring everything on the social media pages. Go check them out. Congratulations to the Lady Savage softball team as they are well underway in what promises to be another great season for them. A little bit of a disappointment as they postponed the Idabel Broken Bow softball game, and it will actually be on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday at Broken Bow. Yeah, September the 2nd. It'll be a part of a doubleheader at home. So both of those games, Savage softball still undefeated in district play. They've lost some games, but they've been a very tough competition, and they're playing really well. They're a young team. They don't have a senior in the lineup, but we're not here to talk about softball. Although I'm happy to, but let's talk about this football team. Let's talk about this football team. You see the cheerleaders getting ready, and Savage season again. It's the same schedule basically as the same non-district schedule we've had for the last several years. It's McAlester tonight here, and then a week from tonight it's going to be Durant here, and then we still don't leave McCurtain County. We go to Idabel, and and then we have a break. Yeah. We have a 1 week break, and the first away game is going to be on September 26th at Glenpool. So we're going to have them 3 in McCurtain County, and if you're McCurtain County, want to go come see this team live, you can always, if you're watching it, you know it, but you can watch these YouTube videos anytime. They will be documented and saved on the Brookville Savages YouTube page, and so you can view those later.
Got a lot of color in the stadium tonight, the dance team, the cheer. Saw the Savage Pride marching band when we came back out of the set there, and everybody in good mood tonight. Great weather, a really good mood. And speaking of good moods, Coach Maverick Lang was in a pretty good mood when I visited with him. We had a chance to chat about his team this year and their expectations and excitement. And, I think he's realistic about what this team can do, but he's also very, very optimistic about where they could go, because this is also a young team. A lot of good leadership on it this year, and I think, let's just listen to what Coach Lang had to say about a variety of topics here. We'll kind of name a topic and let him make a comment about it here. So just bear along with us here as Coach Maverick Lang tells us about the 2025 Savage football team.
The one thing we've instilled in our kids, and they've known it, we've kind of just brought it to the forefront of our program. And we tell them a lot. Our kids, they're fortunate to play for a community that loves the game of football. And I think that's been instilled in our kids a lot this winter and off season. And we got a group of kids that love each other and play extremely hard for each other, but they're extremely excited about the opportunity to represent Broken Bow as a community. And that's obviously going to help us excel on Friday nights. Yeah, our competitive level is really, really high right now. And like even whether it be offense, defense that we're on, with the emphasis on our scout team, is at a lot more high level. So that breeds the competitive nature. We got to where kids are like piranhas with reps. Everybody obviously wants to be out on Friday night. So as soon as a coach calls for somebody, he's got about 3 kids right there on his hip wanting to get in. So they're extremely stingy with the reps that they're getting. And all that stuff bleeds into the mentality our kids have going into every day. This summer, we had, I think, 12 at 100% attendance this summer, and then we had over 30 at 90%. Couldn't miss more than 3 days all summer. And obviously it dates all the way back to January with our kids. And that's what's good about the weight room and our kids. You kind of just turn them loose in there. You give them the structure they need, and they get after it. And that's what the mentality of our football program has kind of bled from the weight room to the field and not the other way around. But yeah, we've been really pleased with the growth physically in the weight room. And that obviously gives us a mental advantage too, because there's a lot of mental toughness that comes from the weight room. It is a really challenging non-district schedule we have, but we're excited about the opportunity to kind of gauge where we're at as a program, because McAlester coming in, they're 5th in 5A, and they're always an extremely tough team, real coached team with really good athletes. And Durant, they have 26 seniors, I think, right now, and this is supposed to be their real good group. And they had some move-ins, so that's going to be 2 right off the bat. They're real challenging. And then obviously Idabel, they got really good athletes over there, so that's a game that we're going to have to contain and play against athletes, which is always good because there's a lot of good athletes in our district. Start with the kids. We bring back a lot on that side of the ball. Obviously Graydon Howe, quarterback, a year under his belt now. Really impressed with how he mentally sees the game now as a quarterback. He's been really impressive going through his reads, getting the ball out on time. And obviously he's a freak athletically whenever he runs. Running back position, we're going to have some. We have Jatarius Neal come back to Broken Bow. That's going to help us a lot back there. Kay Pratt, who came back to Broken Bow, is going to help us some at that position and at our S-back. So we bring back a bunch there. S-back, our S-back, H-back position, Kay Pratt, and then Braden Williams, who got a lot of reps. He was a starter for us last year there. And then going to the wide receiver position, you got Dejon Hall. He's moving from the outside to the slot, but we'll move him around a lot, and he'll play outside. And he's our leading receiver as a freshman. Real excited about what he's capable of this season. And then A.J. Brannon, who started for us last year at the X, comes out and plays tight end. And he's had one of the best off seasons of all our kids. And he stepped into a leadership role, so we've been really impressed with A.J. this off season. And Javian Heath, he didn't play for us last year, and he came out this winter. And he's got a special talent. He'll play some of that X position too. And then the other receiver position, you got Khalil Flagg, who's made huge strides, been really impressive these last 2 weeks. And then Isaiah Fields rotates in there. And then offensive line-wise, graduated some. We're going to be more athletic up front. We got strong kids, more athletic. We're not, on paper, not going to be as big as we were last year. But we're really excited about what that position group can do. Right now it's Josh McDaniel at center, Hunter Shoma at right guard, Sonny Freeman at left guard. The tackle positions, Jackson Porter's going to play one of them, not set in stone. And then Aiden Hammonds at the other one, and Lucas Curry. So we kind of got some guys fighting for a spot still on scrimmage week. And then the most exciting thing about the offense is we were still taking baby steps last year schematically with them, and coming into this year with a full grasp of what we want to do. It's been really exciting what we can do with them now, kind of turn them loose, and the wide range of what we can do offensively. And each day I get more and more excited about our defensive side of the football. And what we do as a core of this football program, we're extremely violent. We want to be a physical team, and that's what the 11 guys we roll out there. Whatever 11's on the field at any given snap, they are first and foremost physical. Since spring ball and these 2 weeks we've had this year so far, been really, really impressed with our defensive line. We're going to have about 7, maybe 8 kids that we can rotate there. Some will be offensive line starters, like Porter. He'll play some. He'll rotate in. He's really good inside linebacker or defensive lineman. But the starting up front right now, it's Kel Ginn, a defensive end. You have Jimmy Brown, D tackle, Porter and Tyjon Murphy at the other D tackle, and then Achilles Pearson at the other defensive end. And then Trey Williams has been showing a lot of upside just these last 2 weeks that's impressed us. And then linebackers, Bladen Modoc at the weak side linebacker, Cade Pratt at Mike, and he's we're really excited to turn that joker loose. Outside linebacker, it's the same. A.J. Brannon, who played inside, weak side linebacker for us last year, we moved him outside. And Braden Williams, those are 2 guys that will rotate there. Secondary-wise, we bring back, we got a lot of snaps under our belt back there. You have Isaiah Fields, who's a quiet kid, but that sucker plays football. Great technique at the corner position. The other corner is Javian Heath, really good athletic, long, lanky, athletic kid that can cause some problems and be able to contain whenever somebody has their number 1 guy out there. Sky Baker, he's one of my, I wouldn't say favorite because there's not any favorite, but I love the crap out of Sky Baker. His attitude, the effort he plays with, his ability, really, really impressed with Sky Baker. And then the other safety, we have Cole Patrick and Jatarius Neal. So there's 2 strong safeties that really help us, and we're going to be really athletic, should be really athletic in the back end.
Great interview with head coach Maverick Lang. Skip, you're right. He has an air of confidence and not cockiness, but this is an O'Neal. Last year he talked about in pregame how he didn't know what was happening. He had to get that system set in. The scariest thing for opponents has to be we have the system set, the kids know it, and now we can work on just modifying it.
Yeah, I think if you look at what we did last year in terms of the things that, we came out of the box last year really with a surprising offensive power that I think folks are going to be surprised at how much better this year's offense is than last year. that's the one thing that I'm impressed by with them is, I mean, they've got weapons everywhere. And the linemen are smaller but stronger and more mobile. I don't know if they're stronger or not, but they're more mobile. And I think what you're going to see is a completely different type of offense. Hey, let's pause for this fight song. The Savage Pride Marching Band.
Yeah. Also, hey, by the way, great thanks to Jonathan Calloway. Talk about returning veterans of the football team. Calloway returning as our director. Zach West on the main cam. And appreciate the work you guys do. You talk about the weapons the offense had, but there's none more lethal than Graydon Howell.
Well, I mean, he's the motor. He's the motor in the machine. And the thing is that what I was kind of alluding to earlier, though, is how many different options there are this year. You don't key on Graydon like you did last year. I mean, last year defenses caught up to us by game week 6, week 7, wherever we were at there when wheels kind of fell off for us. Some injuries hurt us. But overall, that was a pretty powerful offense that was instilled in a very short period of time last year. And Coach Maverick Lang has had a full year to implement his offense, add layers to it, and then bring a completely different aspect to this offense that we didn't see last year. You're going to see let's just watch the game and we'll talk about it as we see it. But really, there are multiple layers now, check downs that we didn't have last year that are going to, I think, really change the way our offense performs. You look at those names of guys that were on the field with us last year: Braden Williams, A.J. Brannon, Dejon Hall. Dejon Hall's a star himself. I mean, he's a guy that he's got to have. Some colleges are going to be looking at him. If you're looking at Graydon Howell's recruiting tape, you can't help but notice number 3 out there on the other end of that ball. And he's got the size and the speed and the hands. I mean, he's got all the weapons. And, Chris, he's just a sophomore.
Just a sophomore, started as a freshman, and he went 85 yards last year on a post route or something like that, or on a fly route, just took off.
Have we ever, in the history of Broken Bow football, had a freshman be our leading receiver?
No.
I don't think so, no.
No, so, not that I remember.
Yeah, it was a tremendous, tremendous year for them. So here are your captains: Graydon Howell, A.J. Brannon, Josh McDaniel, Kel Ginn, and that's Sky Baker, number 7, I believe.
That is Sky Baker.
Yeah, so we've got the 5 Savage captains headed to the midfield for the coin toss here. And then there's A.J. Brannon. We talked about a couple of those receivers there. Josh McDaniel, a 3-year starter at center. He's trimmed down. He's lost quite a bit of weight and actually has toned himself up. He's going to be a more effective player, I think. He's already a good lineman, but he's going to be a more effective player this year. I talked about them being more mobile, and that's one of the things, although the center doesn't really have to be very mobile. He has to guard in the pocket a little bit. But I think what you'll see, the guard and the tackles slim down, a lot more movement with them, and they'll be out protecting their quarterback in a variety of different places, not just between the hash marks.
And that's you talk about McDaniel, a 3-year starter, and that has slimmed down and gotten faster without losing any strength. That's going to be an interesting lineup between the offensive line of the Savages and defensive line of the Buffaloes.
I didn't see what happened. Did we win the toss?
No, they did and elected to kick.
Okay,
they defer to the second half.
Yeah, they deferred.
So we're going to receive. So we'll get to see that offense first thing.
We will see the offense first thing. Let's transition here prior to the national anthem. And let's talk about the defense. And one thing we know about Broken Bow is we're going to be physical on defense. And we've got some kids that are stepping up to replace some key losses from seniors last year that led the team in things like tackles and pressures and those kinds of things. And we've got a couple of players that are going to step into some roles here. And I think you're going to be very surprised at how really good they are.
Yeah, you said stepping up or stepping over. So what? Cade Pratt, number 0, a junior linebacker, leading tackler for the Idaho Warriors last year, and he is a beast.
Yeah, he's coming back to Broken Bow Schools. We've got a couple of kids actually on our team that are going to play tonight. 3 of them, in fact, that are going to play that had spent some time across the river and have been over here at our school, and now they're back at our school. So we're happy to have them back. Welcome home. Once a Savage, always a Savage.
Yeah, Jatarius Snooty Neal.
Yes,
You'll
sir.
see him out there, as well as Bled Meddock, who will be back there with Pratt at a linebacker spot.
Yeah, and Cade Pratt is a specimen. I mean, he is one of those kids you look at. He's a junior. I think he's 6'3" or 6'4". What do they list him at, Chris?
Yeah, he's listed at 6'4", and he is 6'4". I mean, I'll look at
6'4", 225, and it is solid muscle.
Solid muscle, and
I think he was third last year in the powerlifting. He powerlifted for Idaho, even though he was in Broken Bow Schools for the second semester last year. He still qualified as an Idaho Warrior. So, and he's going to get a lot of playing time. You're going to see him on both sides of the ball. So the Savage is really excited about both sides of the football. We'll see what the special teams bring. We don't know a lot about them yet. So I think tonight will be our introduction to how effective we might be at field position game with our special teams. But
the punting game is going to be A.J. Brandon back as a punter, but also Graydon Howell as an optional punter, and that is scary because if he sees some green, he can take off and make a first down on 4th down.
So we're going to pause here for our Allison Sundberg gives us her rendition of the national anthem.
Beautiful voice.
Of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glow among the singing air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sailors, that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Beautiful rendition of one of the hardest songs to sing. Allison Sundberg is singing this year, 3-time Oklahoma All-State Honor Choir member, and it sounds like she is going to be a 4-time.
Very nice. So here we are. It's game day. It's almost game time. About a minute away from kickoff. Do we have any final business to conduct here in the pregame?
Yeah, just a look at, just remember last year, this was the first game of Maverick Lang's Broken Bow career, first varsity game of Graydon Howell's varsity career. He did not play football as an 8th grader or as a freshman, concentrated the basketball, and so we went to McAlester and got a loss, but it was 37-26, 11-point game, but they scored it. It was 20 to 14 or something like that, 20 to 14 at halftime, and we held them to 3 points. Or no, sorry, it was 34 to 14 at halftime, and we held them to 3 points in the second half. They adjusted, and then that's when Graydon Howell took off, had a couple of touchdown runs, and so.
I think his first varsity start as a sophomore quarterback, and Graydon Howell broke the record for rushing for a quarterback in the history of Broken Bow Schools.
Yeah. So
here they come, the 2025 Broken Bow Savages. Back in black, they look like they're fired up and ready to go, Chris.
You talk about attitude and concentration, man. They look ready to play.
A lot of tradition. 101 years as the Broken Bow Savages. We were the Broken Bow Scouts prior to that, and then for the last 80 years, we've played in this beautiful stadium, Memorial Stadium, and there's a bond issue that's going to be coming up in October. That's very important to us because one of the things we're trying to do is salvage this historic place. and renovate it so that we can continue to use it for years to come. We also have a need for a new elementary school. Going to combine the two campuses, Dirks and Bennett. Bennett has to be replaced. And so the school district believes that the right thing to do is to move both of the elementary campuses together on a piece of land that we have, and we sure would appreciate it if you would educate yourself on the matter and help us as we look forward to the polls opening in October for us. So here we go with football tonight. McAlester Buffaloes in town. It's been a while since the Savages have won the season opener because they play McAlester every year in the first game of the season.
Again, one thing we did mention, McAlester ranked fifth in the state in Class 5A,
That's
playing
correct.
up a class. And
you got a couple of top 10 teams here playing each other, one in 4A and one in 5A. Back deep for the Savages is Isaiah Fields in the middle of the field, and the kick is up, and he's going to field it at the 10-yard line. Steps up the sideline to the 15, breaks a tackle at the 20, spin move to the 24, and down he goes. Savage offense will take over. First and 10 at the 24-yard line. And here comes Graydon Howell in the huddle along with Coach Maverick Lang. And that starting lineup for the Broken Bow Savages. Starting up front for the Savages, we talked about Josh McDaniel at center. You'll see Hunter Shomo and Aiden Hammonds at the guards, Lucas Curry and Jackson Porter at the tackles if they start with the lineup that they had. So we'll see the 24-yard line here. Number 50 is Hunter Shomo. I see him on the field. Looks like Sonny Freeman is in the game rather than Aiden Hammond. So Sonny Freeman gets the start at right guard. That's Neal in the backfield.
Snooty.
Graydon Howell in the pistol formation in front of Neal. 4 receivers in formation, a fake. Graydon wants to throw the ball, looking deep. He's got Dejan Hall on the fly route, caught at the 40-yard line, rolls into McAlester territory. At the 36-yard line, a connection from Graydon Howell to Dejan Hall on the first play. Stop the clock. 11:44 left to play here in the first period. Move the chains. The Savages with a 1st and 10.
What a rope. Right? The defensive back was running step for step with Hall, and he put it right on the money. Great catch, great first play, and that tilts the field. It's already into McAlester territory after starting at the Savage 22.
Savages going with a quick set here. No huddle. Howell moves Neal to his right hip this time. Hand off. Here's Neal. Straight ahead. Across the line of scrimmage. Pushing the pile. Breaks across the 35 down close to the 34-yard line. I think they're going to give him progress to the 34. That'll be a gain of 3 yards. Leaves 2nd and 7.
Again, that is a tough front for the Buffaloes, and they do outweigh the Savage offensive line by about 10 pounds on average. But still not bad yards for first down. You get 3 every time, then you keep moving the chains.
Khalil Flagg split wide to the right this time. Dejan Hall in the slot right. Here's Pratt in motion, just flipping sides. He'll be the H-back. Whistle stops play. Flag comes in. We've got a pre-snap penalty.
That may be illegal procedure. I think there were two people in motion.
Looks like it's on the offense. Yeah. Illegal procedure against Broken Bow. That's a 5-yard penalty. Replay the down. Well, they didn't actually play the down, so 5-yard penalty makes it 2nd down, and we're going to call it. No, that's a 12 yards at least there. So 2nd and 12. Looks like the same formation. They switched the backup in the backfield. This is Cole Patrick in the backfield along with Graydon Howell. Fake handoff, rolling. Now Howell wants to throw the football out in the flat. He's got an open receiver. It's Khalil Flagg who catches the football and is brought down inside the 30-yard line at the 27-yard line. That's good enough to move the chains again. The 2nd first down of the game for the Savages.
Great route by Flagg and another pinpoint pass by Graydon Howell, 2 for 2 thus far.
Neal back in the football game in the backfield. Same lineup otherwise. This time they'll go with 3 receivers in formation. 2 backs in the backfield. Pratt, the H-back. He'll move and flip to the opposite side. Here's Howell. Hand off to Neal. Student body left. Neal makes one move outside, cuts into a tackler, and will get a yard, maybe 2. Let's see where they mark him. I believe they're going to give him 2 yards here, so that's going to leave 2nd down and 8.
That was well defended by McAlester on the contain. It was a smart move by Neal to just cut up and get what he could instead of taking a loss or trying to go outside. And so as a result, Savages gained 2. Almost 3 yards, Skip.
You see, if you notice the sideline, if you get a chance tonight, they're using these cards to flag the plays in. Here's Graydon, fake handoff. Now rolls to his right, fires the ball across the middle. It's picked off inside the 10, moving to the 15, 20. He's got an open receiver and a blocker, and Pratt's going to bring him down at the 24-yard line. An ill-advised pass by Graydon Howell looking across the middle there. Ball floated on him right into the hands of the safety, and McAlester gets the turnover inside the red zone. 9:13 left here, first period, no score, and the Savage offense falters in the red zone.
Yeah, that was a route. I don't know if he jumped the route. That was Santiago Monreal for the Buffaloes, and I don't know if he jumped the route or if it just somebody didn't run a route. I didn't see a broken receiver in the vicinity. It might have been a wrong route by one of the receivers. Regardless, the result is going to be McAlester football, 1st and 10 from their own 27.
Sophomore quarterback Jackson McKinney, number 5, leads the McAlester offense. He's got Jordan Clark, a speedster, back there in the backfield with him. Averages over 7 yards a carry, does Clark. So we'll see where they take us this time. Jackson wants to fire the football. He's got pressure in the backfield. Now he just flips the ball out. It's caught on the flat, and off to the races we go. Can Sky Baker catch him? I don't believe he can. They've scored on the first play from offense.
Wow. That is the speed.
That's number 12, and I don't have his name on the roster. He is a wide receiver, averages over 20 yards per catch. And he's got a lot more than his average on that one as McAlester takes an early lead with 9 minutes left in the game. And that was just not even a shuffle pass, almost like a shot put.
It was improvised.
Yeah, absolutely was improvised. He was scrambling from pressure, saw the receiver break out, and there's just a good pitch and catch to each other. And off to the races we go. And you know what? Speed kills. It helps to be faster than your opponent.
Yeah, that was that's unfortunate for the Savages. They were driving and then have a turnover and touchdown. And
good snap. Got the hold down. The kick is up and through the uprights, and it's 7-0. 9 minutes left, first period. The Savages find themselves in an early hole. We'll take a quick timeout. Be back with more action right after this. And welcome back to Savage Football here on the YouTube at Broken Bow Savages channel. Skip Copeland and Chris Chandler, along with Jonathan Callaway, Zach West. Savages, man, it just goes to show you how 2 plays can kind of ruin your moment. Not your night. Can't ruin your night, but it can ruin your moment. A bad pass, a turnover, and then kind of a broken play for a touchdown, and we find ourselves down 7-0 with 9 minutes left here in the first period. Once again, in kick return formation, Isaiah Fields in the middle of the field. The kick, a high one. Fields will take it at the 12-yard line. Got blockers in front to the 15. Corralled there, and down he goes at the 21-yard line. So the Savage offense comes out for their second possession of the night at their own 21-yard line.
Yeah, one of the things we haven't seen in that first half, 2 great passes from Howell and then the interception, but we have yet to see Howell carry the football. Yeah, that's one of the options that's what killed McAlester last year, and so we want to use some of those other weapons, but we may see some. I don't know. You never know what you're going to see with a Maverick Lang offense. He is really an offensive genius.
So they send Brandon out split left here. Now we'll go with Braden Williams flipping in the H-back position, and there goes Graydon Howell on the run. Neal in front. Howell to the sideline, turns it up across the 25, and out of bounds he goes near the 26-yard line. And they're going to say he stepped out of bounds, or they're marking it at the 24-yard line. So he's
just short.
He stepped out of bounds, I guess, at the 24. That's just a gain of 2. 2nd and 8 now. Looks like 71. Aiden Hammond's in there this time at right tackle. Sonny Freeman is the right guard. McDaniel's still the center. And we'll check that left side of that line in just a moment. Here's Howell in the pistol. Neal in the backfield, 2 people moving at the same time.
Boy, Maverick Lang is not going to like that.
No, I mean you've got a design shift play there, so your linemen can't move. They're set in a 3-point stance, and if they flinch while you're shifting, it's a 5-yard penalty. So mark it off 5, 2nd and 13. 8:51 left here now with the clock stopped on the penalty. Hal brings Neal up alongside. Fake handoff, rolling right, a little bit of pressure. Good blocking by Hammond. Here comes Graydon dodging the defenders to the 25-yard line. Scrambles towards the sideline and goes out about the 27. So he gained probably 7 yards there. Got all the penalty back. And then a couple more. Let's see where they put him. 27-yard line is where they'll put him. So we're going to call it third down and a long 4 yards here.
That brings up an interesting, Al has the ability to run again, probably scramble and keep it, but you might want to try to get further downfield with the pass.
Yeah, we'll see if they dial up the pass play here. It looks like they're changing the play.
Based on that defensive scheme that McAlester used.
Looks like McAlester wants to bring a rush, but they're not going to. Graydon wants to throw the football, fires it out. It's caught, first down yardage. That looks like Brannon fighting for more.
Wow.
He's across the 35-yard line. They'll mark him about the 36. That's a gain to across the line to gain. 1st and 10 for the Broken Bow Savages.
That was a nice slant route by A.J. Brannon, and then you saw the strength of Brannon afterwards because he fought for that extra yardage. He didn't need it. The ball was already thrown past the line to gain. 1st and 10 Broken Bow.
Savages with a trip set here to the right side of scrimmage into the wide boundary near the Broken Bow sideline. Graydon with the handoff. This is Neal trying to break outside. Good defensive play that time. As Neal goes down in the backfield, that's going to be a loss of a couple of yards. Savages will face 2nd and 12 here, and they get themselves back behind the chains this time with a loss, though, because of a good defensive play and not because of a mental mistake of their own.
Yeah, and that's Isaiah Spencer, number 11 for McAlester, and he's 6'1", just 195 playing on the line, but he uses his speed to get out of there. They're going to have to do something to try to counter that threat.
Here's Graydon rolling right. Got 3 receivers in the formation. Now he's got some pressure. Scrambles away from the pressure. Now backpedals and throws the ball up for grabs. We'll see if we can get it. It bounces off of a helmet, and it's picked off at midfield. So again, this kind of bad decision-making by the Broken Bow Savages. Getting pressure in the backfield. Hats off to McAlester because they beat the blocking, got back into the backfield. Graydon had to backpedal and then threw the ball way up high, and it bounced off of one of our guys' helmet and was picked off at midfield. McAlester takes their 2nd possession of the game. They've only had 1 offensive play, and they lead 7-0.
Yeah, and that was the old tip drill. It just the ball bounced up, and a McAlester player was in the right position to pull it back down.
Oh, Coach Switzer would have said that's an Oski, right? That's
yeah, pass ball Oski.
Yeah. 7:24 left, first period. McAlester in the shotgun. Spread field. Rolling right. Good pressure from the Savage defenders, and he fires the ball out towards the sideline, almost picked off by the safety, Patrick. Good defense by the Savages, both up front and in the defensive backfield. Incompletion stops the clock with 7:18 left. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Boy, Jackson McKinney, the quarterback from McAlester, had to run to the sideline as he had Cade Pratt breathing down the back of his neck.
Yeah, you look across at those linebackers, you've got a different look altogether this year than what we had previously, as the Savages are really going to pressure with these speedsters that they have on defense. Jackson Porter had a great summer and spring. And he and Jimmy Moore are both mainstays at the tackle positions now. And there's 2 people moving at the same time. So McAlester gets caught with the same thing. That's going to lose 5. That'll be 2nd and 15 for them.
That apparently is contagious tonight, and it's good for the Savages because that turns, off the broken up pass, 2nd and 15, they're getting outside the chains, and with the pressure that Broken Bow, remember that touchdown pass was just kind of a shovel pass about 3 yards off the line of scrimmage. That may deny the Buffaloes time to run downfield and let their routes develop.
I agree.
Both teams getting pressure on the opposing quarterback thus far in this first quarter.
McKinney in the gun. Clark on his right hip. Step straight back, 2 steps. Now he wants to move. He's got number 33, Maddock, had him and lost him, and now the Savages will corral him with a big hit there. Who's that?
That was
Braden Williams.
Braden Williams. And man, that pressure was fantastic. They are moving the McAlester Buffaloes backwards.
That's another big loss back to the 38-yard line, let's call it. That's going to be 3rd down and about 21.
That's an example of what Coach Mav talked about in the pregame, going violent toward the football. That was some violence unleashed, and that puts McAlester in a 3rd and forever.
I mean, I think when you're watching the film back, you're going to critique the missed tackle.
Yeah.
But then you're going to say, wow, okay, well, we made up for it.
Yeah.
Here we go, McKinney in the gun again. So far, we haven't seen either quarterback under center and probably will not. 6:30 left first period, motion. Looks like a jet sweep, but a fumble on the ground.
Oh.
Have the football. That's Cale Guillen with the ball, and the Savages get a turnover to even up the turnover ratio tonight. 29-yard line. They're 29 yards away from the end zone. 6:23 left here in the first period. The Savage offense with their 3rd possession.
A fantastic burst of speed as Cale Guillen saw that ball on the ground. He was about 10 yards away from it. The McAlester players are about 3, but he dove straight at the football, got it. It actually doesn't even up, though, because there were 2 interceptions.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, but it certainly switches the momentum and gives Savages great field position in 1st and 10. Almost into the red zone.
Lucas Curry and Hunter Shomo on the left side of the line out there this time. The Savages go in with a tight formation. Pratt in the H. Here's Howell with the ball. Hand off to Neal. Tries the right side, steps through the 30-yard line and gets knocked back. Got back to the line of scrimmage and not much more than that. So no gain for Snooty, 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, the McAlester Buffaloes winning the battle of the trenches with their defense thus far, as they didn't allow any line surge by Broken Bow on that play, and Snooty had really nowhere to go.
If you notice number 2 on the field, that is Kalel Flagg. He's changed numbers from last year. Last year he was number 16. We've got a couple of number changes, in fact, but he's, I think, the only one on offense.
Another guy that's just a sophomore.
Right, yeah, another sophomore. Hal with the fake. Plenty of time, stands in the pocket. Now we'll scramble left, looking for a receiver. Still buying himself some time, flips the ball out incomplete into the flat. Had no one. That's a coverage stop there. He just looked downfield. He looked at everybody, check down. Nobody's open. He throws the ball away.
Hey, there's a reason the McAlester Buffaloes are ranked number 5 in Class 5A. They have athletes out there. They're experienced. They know how to cover. They know how to rush, and that was just good defense.
Yeah, they have. Their top 11 or 12 players are as good as anybody around that we're going to see this year in our district. I mean, they're the number. You said it before. They're the number 5 team in Class 5A. They're bound to have some pretty good players.
Yeah, coming off an 8-3 season too, so they know that these returning starters have some talent.
Graydon brings Neal back into the backfield with him. Now he'll split him back out. Not sure what this play's designed to do, but it looks like there's some confusion. Howell will scramble across the 30, 25 to the 23-yard line and goes down there in the arms of the linebacker. Clock moves with 5:20 left here in the first period, and the Savages faced with a 4th down and a decision.
I don't know if it's much of a decision.
Well, I don't think we have the kicking game to go from here, so I think the offense has to play the punt.
Yeah, right. You're obviously not going to punt, but yeah. Boy, that was just a great job of Hal picking up about 8 yards.
Neal in the backfield again. Savages with 3 receivers in formation. Ball in the middle of the field. Savages changing the play now. They'll flip Williams to the right side of the offense. Graydon will fake the pass, takes off up with the field with the ball, and he's hit pretty hard. No way he got to the line to gain, and the Savages have turned it over for the 3rd time. This time on downs.
Yeah, that was going to run by Graydon Howe from the get-go, and just the line could not push McAllister's defensive line off the line of scrimmage, and as a result, did not get the first. I still agree with the call. You still go for it on that, and you've got a pretty good shot with Graydon Howe running the football. It was just well defended. It was a matter of a couple of feet, and I think the Savages didn't get it.
I think the Savages are going to be frustrated with the fact that their inability to get receivers open so far early in this football game. Let's see if we can get a stop here on defense. McAlester, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line, 80 yards away. McKinney in the gun. No, that's not McKinney. That's the other quarterback, number 19. Man, he can fire it. It was a good-looking pass if it would have been on target. But, I mean, it was a tight spiral, and it was a rope, but he well overthrew his receiver.
Yeah, and that was actually really good coverage. That was Isaiah Fields on the defensive effort, and he had to try to cover Rodney Washington, who already has an offer from Tulsa. You saw the speed of Washington there. The pass was just a little over, but it was pretty tight coverage.
Well, you heard Coach Lang talk about Isaiah in the pregame and the fact that he's going to cover our opponent's best receiver every week. Motion, jet sweep, tops in the backfield. Here's some good again in the backfield. Will bring him down. Everybody stayed at home. They corralled where they needed to, and the jet sweep failed miserably for the McAlester Buffaloes. A loss of 6. Going to be 3rd down and 16.
That was a beautiful job by Cale again, staying in his lane, not trying to cut because the guy's going the other way. He kept the backside closed off. Once the ball carrier turned back into him, he took him down. That was a textbook job by a backside defensive lineman.
Bit of a favorable spot there. They're going to call it 3rd and 15 rather than 16. Now they're in the gun again. I don't know this quarterback's name. Number 19 is the quarterback. He's going to fire it downfield again, throws it up for grabs, trying to let his receiver run under it. But that's twice that he's thrown the ball away. That's Bickham, 6'3" wide receiver, trying to run into the football. And I don't see number 19 on the.
Yeah, let's see if we can pull him up
we can
here.
find his name.
Hey, he's got an arm, though, that's for sure.
He has a gun, for sure. I was watching him in the pregame.
Is it 9 or 19?
19.
Yeah, that's Cash Tidwell.
Cash Tidwell. All right. Well, Cash was a little long than the register tonight.
Yeah, he's a senior. 5'10", 165.
Rugby-style punt. Back to field it is Sky Baker. Catches it with 2 hands, backpedaling at the 44 to the 48, 49-yard line, and down he goes. Savages will take over their 4th offensive possession, 51 yards away, 3 minutes and 44 seconds to work with here in the first period. Let's take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Running isn't more important than their faith, their family, and our life. I believe that my sole mission in life, no matter what I'm doing, I should be an ambassador for Christ. He knew that when I turned 40 years old, I was going to start running and using this as a ministry. I've seen it through the people that he's brought into my life, as a husband, as a father, as a runner. I've just seen it each day, how he's going to use this for his glory.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Well, we apologize for the missed action. You missed a first down carry by Snooty Neal. Gain for about 4 yards, it looks like. Maybe 5. Let's give you 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 5. It really was just between the tackles. A quick base handoff.
Yeah, it's a base play, and they did a good job blocking it. Snooty did a good job running. As a result, it's 2nd and a long 5, short 6.
Yep. Savages with 3 receivers in formation. They've stayed in this formation most of the night. They'll flip the 3rd receiver to the strong side, wide side. Here comes Graydon on the scramble. Rolling outside. I shouldn't say scramble. That's a designed running play. But, wow, once again, the defensive backs, you have got to give credit to these defensive backs. These skill kids for the McAlester Buffaloes are really, really good athletes.
Yeah, and I guarantee you they watched some of the footage from the scrimmages this year on Huddle, but they watched the game tape or game film from last year and said, watch number 4.
Number 2, I think that's Washington. He shucked that block like there wasn't anybody there.
33 is Washington.
Okay, who's number 2? Is that Clark?
Yeah, that's Clark.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah, I think
there's a handoff. Patrick straight ahead across the 40-yard line, spins to the 38, down at about the 37-yard line, let's say.
That's a first down.
Yeah, that's good enough to move the chains. Stop the clock, Phyllis. The clock does still stop while the chain's moving, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's supposed to. But
yeah. Well,
hey, that was another good seal, just an inside play like the run by Neal, and it's good for 4 or 5 yards, enough to move the chain. Savages getting better blocking up front.
Hal and Patrick in the backfield, 3 receivers. Another handoff. Patrick straight ahead to the 35, 34, and driven backwards by 4 or 5 different Buffaloes. As we'll give him gain of 2, let's say. It's 2nd and 8.
And that one closed off, but again, a little bit of a line surge because the first contact was made there 2 yards off the line of scrimmage. And so Savages have the Savage offensive line is doing a little better as you get further into this first half. Again, it's a tough task blocking those guys, those big guys from McAlester.
So Hal empties the backfield, puts 4 receivers in formation. Now a shuffle pass to Cade Pratt inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Down he goes. That's close to a first down. I think it's going to be across the line to gain. Might be a measurement. Let's see what they – nope, they're going to move it. 1st and 10, Broken Bow.
That was a great misdirection play. It looks like it's student body right. You have everybody going the opposite direction except for Cade Pratt coming back. Just an inside pitch to him, and he did just enough to get the change to move.
Yeah, and he didn't really go the opposite way. He just kind of went in the back into the flow there, and it was a well-designed play. Same offense. They'll flip it tight. Looks like a double tight look here into the short boundary. Handoff, Patrick in the hole, big opening, 20-yard line, and knocked down quickly. Again, once again, the strong safety coming up. That's the quarterback, Jackson McKinney, coming up and putting a hammer on him. But a nice gain there for Cole Patrick across the 25 down to the 20-yard line. Second down and a long 3 yards.
And that was a great block by Hunter Shomo, who pulled over and sealed off the linebacker to spring the ball carrier. Nice job by an offensive lineman. Savage is moving the ball here, Skip.
Under a minute left here in the first period. Second down and 3 for the Broken Bow offense. Howell with Neal back in the backfield again. He's got Pratt in the H position. Now they'll flip Brandon and Pratt. Howell takes a one-handed snap here, gives it to Neal, breaks the first tackle at the 20, slips inside the 15, across the 10-yard line. That's good enough to move the chains. First and 10, stop the clock with 20 seconds left, and move the chains. That should be enough, and that's going to be the end of the first period here, as the Savages find themselves in a 7-point deficit, but they have really moved the ball well here in this first period.
I'm incredibly impressed by the improvement in the offensive line blocking. They were getting stonewalled. I mean, they were literally unable to move McAlester in that first part of that period. And on this drive, they have consistently done a good job of blocking, and plus the strength of Snooty Neal got that first down.
End of the first period, the Buffaloes 7, the Savages 0. We'll be back with second quarter action right after this message from our media partners.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
And welcome back to the Rock. Broken Bow Savages down by a touchdown here as we move into the second period. But the Savages are knocking on the goalpost.
Let's see if they can score and have an opportunity to put up the equalizer.
Graydon Howell, Snooty Neal in the backfield. Hand off to Neal. Takes the left side across the 10, hurdles the 5-yard line, down there by 2 defenders, right at the 5-yard line, second and goal now.
His nickname is Snooty, and he has a nose for the end zone. Did you see him? He saw that and accelerated, literally jumped over 2 defenders.
Again, the Savages no huddle. I haven't seen them huddle on offense tonight at all. In fact, I don't think I've seen either team huddle on offense tonight. Neal stays in the game. This is Williams in the slot this time. Hand off to Neal across the 5, and the defensive end crashes in hard and stops him right at the, let's call it the 4-yard line, and Neal lost his helmet. Will they make him exit the game? Let's see. Yep, they're going to make him come out for one play when you lose your helmet. So Patrick will get in quickly and.
Well, he didn't lose it. It just came off, and it was misplaced momentarily.
Yeah, he knew where it was at. He was laying at his feet on the ground there.
Well, this is a crucial down for Broken Bow, as they're 4 yards from pay dirt and 7 points behind.
It's more than 4, actually. It's almost 5. Third down and goal. Here's Williams shifting to the right-hand side. Howell takes the handoff, fakes, looks back inside, pass to the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Broken Bow.
What a beautiful play, as Flagg was all alone. No, that wasn't Flagg.
That's Hall.
That's Hall. DeJohn Hall just kind of went there and stopped and turned around, and it was just thrown right in his head. That was beautiful. Nobody was around it.
Yeah, they created a lot of confusion with the play action, and Hall just went and found his spot in the back of the end zone. Graydon knew where he was at. And for the first time this year, we say Howell to Hall for a touchdown.
It looked like Howell might have looked in the corner first, looking off the defenders, and at the last moment looked right at Hall.
Yeah, they definitely created some confusion with the play action. Tell us who the kicker is, Chris.
That's going to be Mr. Gabriel Zaragoza.
Zaragoza with a good kick. Savages have tied the game. 10 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the half, and the Savages have tied it up at 7. That's good news. Savages with a couple of turnovers. In fact, 2 turnovers by interception, and they also turned it over on downs one time. So it's good to finally finish off a drive here, and we'll get to see the Savage defenders back on the field again. Man, it is such a beautiful night. I really am just – I can't quite get over this weather. Last year, I remember last year at McAlester being in an oven, basically.
Oh, yeah.
It was like being in a convection oven.
Well, that was a pretty impressive. That was a 51-yard drive capped by that pass from Howell to Hall. And nice to see Zaragoza's kick. I mean, it was a nice-looking kick. He may have a little distance. I don't know. We may see some field goals this year. Of course, in offense, you want field goals if you can get them, but you really don't want to. You want those drives to wind up in the end zone like that last one did.
Yeah. Savages with a good mix that time, pass and run combination. So they're doing the things they want to do. They're executing their offense. They can hang on to the football. I think we'll see. We easily, this game could very easily be 14-7. And then, in fact, it could be 14 to nothing.
Yeah. But, that's why you play them. And that's one of the things that this coaching staff and Coaches Lang, they emphasize. You respond.
Yeah.
You respond every time. Savage is really good with that response. They are now tied at 7 with the number 5 team in the state in Class 5A.
Well, these are the kinds of things you want to learn about yourself in the non-district schedule. Zaragoza's kick is a high one. Floats towards the sideline, fielded on the back pedal. Fair catch called for and made at the 24-yard line. 22-yard line, excuse me.
Yeah, now one of the things that is a little disconcerting, if you will, is the passing game of the Buffaloes, because when they have Tidwell out there, I mean, he can throw it a country mile, and they have some speedsters that can run under it. Savage is covering well so far, but there's no substitute for speed in football.
So Tidwell's in the huddle. Well, or on the field anyway. They didn't really huddle. A little sugar huddle there at the line of scrimmage.
Although he's not a quarterback, is he?
Yeah, he is. 19's your quarterback.
Oh, 19. Okay.
Yeah. That looked like a procedure. Didn't get a flag. One set back in the backfield, the handoff straight ahead, and the Savage quarterback's going to keep it. As that was Jimmy Moore breaking things up. He had the back in the backfield. Quarterback was supposed to hand the ball off, I think.
Yeah.
But it could have been a read option, and he just decided, well, I don't think 73 is the one I'm supposed to hand it to.
Yeah. Jimmy Brown back there breaking things up, and it was Medoc making the tackle in the backfield, and that was a nice way to start it off, as that was a tackle for a short gain of 2.
I think I called him Jimmy Moore earlier. Jimmy Brown. My bad.
You have to go back about 4 decades.
Yeah. I remember Jimmy Moore for sure. Here's Tidwell rolling left. Fires the football out. Man, what a pass. That's a beautiful pass, and he's caught that fast receiver again, and they've got another score. Down the left sideline, 20-yard line. Oh, they've whistled something here.
He might have been forced out.
Well, they got him out at the 47-yard line. So that's going to be a first down, but he stepped on the sideline right in front of the McAlester bench. I'm not seeing much of a fight put up by the McAlester coaches, so he was out of bounds. But again, Chris, that's you used the word disconcerting. I will echo it. It's disconcerting to see number 12 dodge a tackler like that. He is a dangerous player.
Man, he is so fast, and that's as a result. They started this drive at their own 22, and they're almost to midfield.
Medoc and Pratt in the middle of the field look like they want to rush, and they are. Here they come. Handoff inside, quarterback keeper. He slips a tackle, goes right through the 2 rushing linebackers. Savages had the blitz on. The quarterback took the read option straight through them and goes the 10 yards, 11 yards to move the chains. 9:40 left here in the half. And McAlester has a 1st and 10 in Savage territory at the 42-yard line.
I think that was a reaction by the Savage defense that said, hey, all right, we're not going to give this time to throw. We're going to blitz, put some pressure on him. And it was just a good call by McAlester with the quarterback keeping the football.
Here's Tidwell with number 2 is Clark. Is that right?
Yes.
Here's Clark with the handoff, breaks a tackle, 25. On his way to the end zone, to the 10, to the 5. And the Savages having all kinds of trouble tackling the Buffaloes as they're back on top. 13-7 here with 9:06 left on a, what was that run? 40, how many yards?
I think it was a 47-yarder.
No, I think it was 41 maybe.
I was looking at the wrong yard. You're right. You're right. Because he stepped out of bounds at the Savage 41. So,
and then they get the rush. 13-7, 9:06 left. Extra point on the way. And the Savage defense needs to huddle up and talk about these missed tackles. Whistle stops play before the point after attempt. Procedure penalty. McAlester will back it up 5 yards and have to replay the point after. It's an untimed down, so other than the 5 yards, there's no effect on the football game. So he'll spot the tee at the 15-yard line, effectively a 25-yard field goal here for the extra point. Good snap. The hold is down. Kick looks true. And it is. 14-7. The McAlester Buffaloes back on top. That didn't take long. 9:06 left in the half. Let's take another commercial timeout. We'll be back with more Savage football in just a moment. And welcome back. Well, once again, Chris, I mean, it's, missed tackles really is what you have to blame that on. They got 10 yards going between two blitzers to move the chains down to the 41-yard line, and then from there it was one play, 41 yards to the end zone. Again, we had a shot at him and just couldn't tackle him.
Yeah, and you have to learn that's something. These are fast players. These are good football players, and that's one of the things Mav talked about in the pregame. You're going to learn some things, and one of them is going to have to be don't overrun the tackle.
This time it's Dejon Hall with the kick return.
Watch
across
out.
The 20 to the 25. Knocked out of bounds at about the 27-yard line, it looks like. Let's see. He's backed up. The line judge is marking him at the 25-yard line. So stepped out with his right foot there at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10, Broken Bow. The Savage offense back on the field after a successful drive of 51 yards. Put him in the end zone for their first score of the football season. And we'll see them back on the field here 75 yards away with 9 minutes to work with here in the first half.
Yeah, they've had success. They've had some success offensively passing and running the football. Let's see what they do on this.
So super easy for you to say, you silly thing.
Well, if you're listening to me, I took a throat lozenge so I don't sound like I'm 90 years old. I still look it, unfortunately.
Graydon Howell with the football, fake, rolling. Looking downfield, pump fake. Now he'll fire the football across the middle of the field. Safety's there, and the ball will fall incomplete as J.J. Brannon had to play defender to break up the pass. As the safety, as Graydon let the ball kind of float out of his hands, throwing it downfield, and that's a cornerback, excuse me. 33 is a cornerback, not a safety.
That's it, but he already has a offer from Tulsa, and
he's the one that has the offer?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he looks like he should have one.
Yeah. You see why. And this is one of the fastest teams, if not the fastest, we will play this season. And so
look at this. We've got
can't get behind them.
We got three receivers here into the wide side boundary, and only 3 defenders over here. So let's see what they dial up on 2nd and 10. Neal in the backfield. Pistol formation, handoff. Neal breaks left side, 25 to the 30. Across the 30-yard line and ducks in just across the 30, a gain of 5 yards, and that'll set up a 3rd down and manageable 5 yards for the Savages.
I like the way Neal ran on that play. He, without losing his momentum, he just shifted a little bit outside as the original hole was blocked, but he got into the open field and then turned his shoulders square, got what he could.
Pratt comes off a little dinged up. Mo Skelton will take a look at him. Looks like it's a lower body injury. Savages with 2 receivers wide side. Now they'll go three up there. Trips to the wide side of the field. Short boundary with one receiver. Graydon with the football. Fake handoff. Play action, rolling right, pressure. Down goes Howell at the 25-yard line. Back to the original line of scrimmage. The ball comes loose, but well after the play. And that's going to leave 4th down and 10. They'll see the first punt of the football game by the Broken Bow Savages.
Yeah, that was backside pressure, unblocked, straight at Howell. And so I think that actually, that was number 10. That may have been a cornerback. That may have been a defensive back that was in there. I think they had 5 in the game, and one of them went on a blitz.
So here's that very dangerous Washington, number 33, back deep. Snap, and the punt is away by A.J. Brannon, a low hanger, and it hits the receiver, and he's going to get back on the football, it looks like.
No, he didn't come up with it.
It's a muff, guys. It's a muff.
Can't advance it, yeah.
Buffaloes, they take over first down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's at the 38.
They got to
At the 38-yard line.
They got to move the ball here to the. Yeah, there you go. All right. 1st and 10, Buffaloes. 7:47 left here in the first half. 14-7 is our score. And looks like it's still Tidwell. They're going to stay with Tidwell, the passer. As McKinney, I didn't notice, was McKinney in on defense? I didn't notice.
I didn't see him back there.
He may be out with injury. I haven't seen him since he ran the football. No, I haven't seen him since he made the tackle on Cole Patrick, actually. Here's motion, crossbuck, handoff inside, and wow, nice hit that time as Brannon. And who's the other one?
That's actually Ginn and Pratt.
Oh, that's Pratt. 0 and 8 look a lot alike on these jerseys, actually.
Especially at our age.
Well, okay.
But that was a tremendous hit by both Pratt and Ginn. They both penetrated the line and got back there into the gut of the ball carrier.
2nd and 10 for the Buffalo offense. Yeah, we were talking in the pregame. I'm at that age where I can't read the roster without my glasses on. I can't see the field if I have my glasses on, so I'm in a quandary here. 2nd down and 10, shotgun formation. 3 receivers, short boundary, looking the opposite way, though. And now pressure and a quarterback scramble. Again, he breaks a tackle. 45, midfield. 45 in Savage territory, breaks another tackle, and inside the 30-yard line to the 29-yard line. And the Savage tackling tonight is absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, you call it good ball carrying or, that was McKinney. That was actually McKinney. He's the runner. He's the better runner of the 2 quarterbacks. Yeah. And he shows why there. I mean, good running, bad tackling, hand in hand. But the Savages had a couple of shots at him and did not bring him down. As a result, it's McAlester now threatening at the Broken Bow 29-yard line.
So the Buffaloes keeping the Savages off balance here with these 2 quarterbacks coming in and changing the style of offense. McKinney still in the game here. This time, handoff. Loose ball on the ground. The Savages have it.
That was a double play, if you will.
That's Braden Williams.
Williams came in there, swept the feet from the ball carrier, knocked the ball out with his backhand, and then recovered the fumble. Excellent play by the junior linebacker.
6 minutes, 30 seconds left first half. The Savages with the football at the own 35-yard line. 1st down and 10. A chance here, Chris, with enough time left in the half to go down and tie the football game. What a great momentum builder that would be to be able to go in the halftime locker room tied up at 14.
And early in the season, you see things like this happen. But turnovers have definitely played the dominant role in this football game. But that one was created by Braden Williams.
McDaniel still in the game at center. In fact, all 5 of the offensive linemen are the same. Same set of backs in the backfield. Neal behind Howell. Fake handoff. Now Graydon with a lot of time. Looking downfield, fires the ball deep. He's got an open receiver. Dejon Hall has the football inside the 15-yard line. That's the Savage 1st and 10 and the biggest offensive play of the football game and of this young season so far. Graydon Howell to Dejon Hall.
Goodness, folks, what a ropey thread. Hall was backpedaling, waiting on the football, and he was 50 yards downfield.
His size and speed are both impressive. But the most impressive thing to me about Dejon Hall are those hands.
And he was 10 yards behind Jordan Clark.
It does not matter what his body position is. He gets his hands on the football. Great play by the Savage offense, and they're knocking on the door again. Here's a fake to Neal. Graydon will keep it to the 10, out of bounds at the 7-yard line. And that's going to leave 2nd down and a couple for the Savages. The clock will stop with 5:56 left.
Boy, you can feel the momentum shift in this stadium because with now it's Broken Bow. The 2 receivers are getting behind McAllister's defense and creating big plays.
Unlike last year's game, which kind of was let the McAlester Buffaloes get away from us early in the game, this time the Savages are keeping pace at least. And here we are with 2nd and 2 inside the 10-yard line. We've got another motion penalty.
Flags on the play. Legal procedure against the Savages.
What's going on here? We need to figure out what's happening. What are they whistling? I didn't see anybody move there.
All I saw is Brandon get up and go in motion. He didn't take a step forward. He came straight across the line of scrimmage. So,
yeah, I'm not sure what this infraction is. I mean, I know what the infraction is.
Yeah.
I just don't know why.
Did he line up on the line of scrimmage?
He was still in movement when the flag came in. He was still moving, so they'll put him in the H left here. Graydon with the football. Hand off to Neal. Snooty across the 10 up into at the 9-yard line. So 2nd down gains 2 yards, let's say. That's going to leave 3rd down. We can still get a 1st down inside the 5-yard line here. We've got to get to the 4. That's the line to gains. We need 5 yards. 3rd down and 5.
3rd down for the Savages.
Savages will send the big back in. Cade Pratt this time is in the backfield. We've got Hall and Brannon split left. That's Flag split way to the right side. Pratt on the right hip. And now they'll put Hall in motion. Jet sweep, handoff, Dejon Hall. He's got to beat that defender. Stiff arm, breaks a tackle. Can't get to the line to gain, and he's pounded by a couple of linebackers there. And he's not quite to the line to gain. 2 yards it looks like away. They're going to spot him at the 6. He needs the 4-yard line. It's 4th down, Chris. And now you've got a decision. Do you take the points? Try to get the field goal and get to 14-10, or you do have confidence here in your offense and you keep moving. We've turned it over on downs inside the red zone once already, but we're going to keep the offense on. Braden Williams enters the huddle, or enters the game anyway. Graydon tries to get the quick count there. Can't get anybody to jump. And it looks like Mav's going to take a timeout.
Play clock's at 4. He's going to have to, yeah.
Coach Lang wants a timeout. 4:31, the clock ticks down to 4:29 left first half. When we come back, it's a big 4th and 2. Let's take another word from our partners. We'll be back with more Savage football.
Running isn't more important than their faith, their family, and our life. I believe that my sole mission in life, no matter what I'm doing, I should be an ambassador for Christ. He knew that when I turned 40 years old, I was going to start running and using this as a ministry. I've seen it through the people that he's brought into my life, as a husband, as a father, as a runner. I've just seen it each day, how he's going to use this for his glory.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Well, this is a really kind of this feels like a big moment, Chris, early in the football season. 4th down and 2 against the number 5 team in Class 5A. You've got an opportunity here. Granted, it's a brand new kicker, but this is what you expect him to do, is be able to make it. But it looks like the Savages are going to have confidence in their offense. Looks like Bladen Maddock will be in the lineup as well. First time we've seen him on offense.
Yeah, I think this is a bit of a power formation. You got Maddock and Brannon and Pratt all in there. It's power. Yeah, this is going to be a power formation.
So we're going to see if we can just push them for the. Oh, this is going to be Graydon on the move here. Let's see what happens. This should be fun. There he goes, left side. Slips inside. Did he get to the line of scrimmage?
I think
get to the line to gain.
It's going to be close. They're going to have to measure.
He stretched the football out, so when his knee hit the ground, he had the ball stretched as far as he could. But I'm telling you, it's impossible from this angle.
That's a horrible spot.
It's impossible from this angle to know.
I don't think he got it where it's spotted, but I don't think that's spotted.
I can't actually see the football. I can see the back. Oh, he didn't get it.
Yeah.
He didn't get it. So that's a turnover. No, I can tell just from where it's at. It didn't get it.
But you're right. He did extend the ball. It should have been marked when his knee hit is where the ball, which is about a foot. It's still not on made first down. It's about a foot ahead of where it is marked down.
Yeah,
that's where his knee was.
I thought he stretched the football to the 4-yard line. Oh, that's a horrible spot. Such a terrible spot.
Yeah, he was at least a yard. He was at least at the 4-yard line.
Yeah, we just watched the replay.
Yeah, there's a delay between the actual live stream and the live game, and so
we were actually able to see the play on live, and then we saw it again on replay, and I'm telling you, it looked the same both times. And both times, both times I would have spotted it at the 4-yard line.
Yeah, it should have been a first down, or close enough to measure anyway.
Another turnover on downs inside the red zone. 4:23 left first half. 14-7, McAlester leads Broken Bow here in the season opener. obviously the home opener for the Broken Bow Savages. McAllister's offense have been effective on the big play. And again, you know, if you remember last year, one of the things we talked about, one of the narratives for most of the season was our susceptibility to the big play. And we've seen a little bit of that again tonight.
Well, they've got the running quarterback in there.
In fairness, this is a very explosive offense that they're playing against. McKinney in the backfield. Takes the snap at the line of scrimmage. That's a safety in the backfield. He goes down.
Oh!
Down goes McKinney, and that's about 4 or 5 Broken Bow Savages on the rush. I see everybody from Meddock. That's number 35, Pearson, 55, Porter.
Sonny Freeman, I think, is in there.
Everybody in on that tackle. Savages will get 2 points closer, and they'll get another possession.
That's called a jailbreak.
Yeah, very much so. 4:18 left here in the first half. The Savages defenders get a score.
Wow.
2 points. 14-9, and the Savages will take the free kick. McAlester will have to kick the football from their own 20-yard line, and they have a choice of how to kick it. They can punt it. They can kick it from a place kick style. They can even kick it in field goal style if they want to. But they have to give us possession of the football. Is this the one where they can run it? No, they can't run an offensive play after a save. They can do it after a fair catch.
After a fair catch, but yeah, this is this changes the aspect of the game because now it's a 5-point game.
Right.
So
it does.
I mean, we'd like to go put it in the end zone. Again, just first half, so lots of football left to play. What a tremendous job by the defense to come on after a fourth down gets stalled, and the next play you get 2 points.
Whenever you're playing a top 10 team, I mean, you'll take all the points you can get, right? So if it turns out that you win the game by 2 points, you look back at that play as being monumental. And it was a fantastic play. McKinney had no shot. He took the snap when he was on the goal line. By the time he took one step backwards, he had 2 defenders already touching him. They'll tee it up at the 20 and kick it away. Left-footed kicker. Deep kick. That's a beautiful kick, and Hall mishandles it. Fields takes it out of his hands to the 40, breaks to the 45, to midfield and slips. And a penalty marker comes in as 2 players, Bentley Brown, was in contact with a McAlester defender, and a flag was thrown in that direction. So I think they're going to move the Savages back here, holding against Broken Bow.
Yeah, luckily from the spot of the infraction, so it doesn't go all the way back to the 20.
Yeah, the infraction actually happened in front of the tackle, so it'll be counted from the 50. 49 should go back to the 39-yard line.
What a return, though, and that was on a tip drill, basically.
Where are we at here?
It's at, yeah,
he's going to mark, so he's going to take it to the 41-yard line. Okay.
Ball will be placed at the 41-yard line. Savage, first down.
I thought you moved it from the point of the ball if the infraction happened in front of the ball. Oh, well, we'll take the 2 yards nonetheless. Here's Neal with a handoff across the 40 to the 44-yard line. Still on his feet. Fights to the 45. Stood up there and now finally brought to the ground. Jatarius Neal with a 5-yard gain on first down, second down, and a long 5 to go here. He didn't get quite 5 yards.
He got about 2 yards before contact and about 3 yards just on the second and third effort. Snooty Neal, man, he is a strong running back.
Neal still in the backfield. Khalil Flagg split wide to the right side of the offense. Twin receivers to the left side. This Dejon Hall and A.J. Brannon. Looks like Braden Williams. He'll flip the H now to the left side of scrimmage. Howell with the snap. Handoff Neal. Looks for running room to the 45 and runs right into the arms of a defender. A terrific play that time, number 3 from the McAlester Buffaloes, blowing the play up and forcing Neal to change direction right into the arms of an awaiting defensive lineman. Down he goes. 3:10 left in the half. Clock on the move. Savages with third down and 5.
Yeah, some good sportsmanship shown at the end there, helping Neal back up. Now Savages, well, again, a third and 5. That's when you might run an option depending on what defense you see.
So Williams and Brannon both. Brannon in the tight position, and then the H is Williams. Howell wants to throw the football. Lots of time. Good protection. Now he'll scramble. Left to the 45. Flips it out. Flagg has it at the 40-yard line in Buffalo territory. Down to the 35-yard line, and a shoestring tackle will take him down 2:32 left to play, and the Savages with a 1st and 10.
What a disciplined play by Graydon Howell and by Flag. Flag for continuing the route, keep running even after 5-6 seconds. Howell started toward the line of scrimmage, still looking downfield, saw the open receiver, hit him as he was running before he got the line of scrimmage. Results a Broken Bow 1st down.
1st and 10 Savages, McAlester 35-yard line. Same lineup with Pratt in the H this time. Trips to the wide side, handoff Neal, met at the line of scrimmage, breaks that tackle, trucks ahead to the 30-yard line. Snooty with a 5-yard carry, and that was some power running, Chris.
He was hit right in. Form tackling by McAlester. Number 0 had a shoulder pad into his thighs, and he just ran over him.
Big gain on 1st down. The clock moves with 1:50 left. The Savages need to be wary of time management here.
2 timeouts left for Broken Bow.
H-back is number 0, Pratt. So kind of a power look here, double tight look with the H-back in the formation. Graydon will fake the handoff, looking downfield. He's got some pressure now in his face. Dodges that, steps out of the pressure, fires the ball out into the flat. It's dropped by the intended receiver, A.J. Brannon, and the incompletion will stop the clock with 1:23 left, 3rd down and 5.
It's probably better that he dropped that pass. It would have been a very short gain, if any, and it would have kept the clock running if he was taken down in field. As a result, stops the clock and gives the Savages a couple of shots to get a 1st down.
So the football's still at the 35-yard line. The 30-yard line. 3rd down and 5. Flashing the play in to the quarterback here, and Savages need to move the chains at the very least here, give themselves a chance to set up with 1 minute left to try to get points to go into the locker room. Fake to Neal, rolling right, fires across, caught inside. That looks like Hall. Spin move at the 20-yard line. That should stop the clock. The clock is continuing to move on a 1st down. Now we stopped it.
That was a beautiful pass and a great catch. He came back. I think it was a curl route, and then Hall had the common sense, good football sense to turn around, go back upfield, get enough for the 1st down.
Savages here with 1st and 10, trips into the boundary. Clock approaches the minute, now 1 minute left in the 1st half. Howell rolling left, looking downfield, now back across, checks down, throws the ball away. Low at the feet of his intended receiver, Cade Pratt. As he was well defended, and Graydon just threw it at his feet. He's the only one that had a chance to catch it, would have been Cade, but the ball was just a bit too low.
Yeah, that was a heady play by Howell, but they're still getting some pressure on him, and it's coming from the backside. He was being chased down, so Howell under pressure still had about 5 or 6 seconds to throw on that play.
Was that Brannon? The 0 and the 8 look way too much alike, Chris. Those two guys are not.
It was, let's just call him A.J. Pratt.
Okay. I'm not sure who that
was. It was one of the two.
I'm not sure who that was on that intended pass. It was either Pratt or Brannon. Here we go with number 11 in the football game. Split wide to the left side here. Sky Baker also in there. Graydon wants to run the football to the 20. He's got to beat a defender. He's loosing that, carrying a loaf of bread there in his left hand. They've got him down at the 20-yard line. No gain on the play. Savages will have to take a timeout here with 41 seconds left in the half. They take their 2nd timeout. They're down by 5, Chris. They've got 41 seconds left to work with, but it's 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, realistically, if they do not get a 1st down on this play, I think they may burn that extra timeout and think things over. It depends on, when I say they don't get a 1st down, I don't know what the range of Zaragoza is. That extra point looked good, but there's a lot of difference between that and a field goal.
Yeah, I don't think it's 40 yards. I mean, they're at the 20, so it would be a 37-yarder. I don't know. I mean, that's reasonable.
Well, he could get in. He could get between the 15 and the 10 and not make a 1st down, and so then you're looking at about a 30-yarder.
Yeah.
But we'd like to see. We'd like to see somebody catching the ball in the end zone.
We would love to see that, but I would love to see points of any kind, honestly. As we've had some missed opportunities. We've been inside the red zone. This is our 3rd trip or 4th? No, our 4th trip inside the red zone, and we've only got 1 touchdown out of the deal. So the Savages will spread the field. Whoops. Did I move the scoreboard there? I bumped into this camera. I'm sorry. 41 seconds left. 3rd down and 10. Neal in the backfield along with Graydon Howell. 3 receivers in formation. Fake handoff, rolling right. Graydon now will reverse, throws the ball back across to Neal. He has it close to inside the 10-yard line to stop the clock with 33 seconds left. And
Stop
that's a
the
first
clock.
and 10.
Oh, there they go. They're late stopping that clock. Another 2 seconds or 3 ticked off. That was a beautiful play as he looked off to the right and then threw back to the left.
Clock's moving with 25 seconds left. Graydon will throw the football, throws it into 2 defenders. It was caught.
Touchdown!
Broken Bow, touchdown Savages.
What a great catch. What a great throw.
Who caught it? Was it Braden Williams?
I think so. I couldn't even see. It was thrown between 2 defenders. There was about a foot of space between 2 defenders in the goal line in the end zone, and he threaded the needle.
Well, that was a bit anticlimactic on my part because I couldn't see the play. But needless to say, it's a touchdown. The Savages are ahead 15-14, and Zaragoza in for the extra point. The kick is dead center, and the Savages will take a 2-point lead, 16-14 with 10 seconds left here in the first half. Let's take a quick timeout, listen to one of our sponsors, and we'll be back with more Savage football in a moment.
I'm going to go ask.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
Well, the Savages have taken their first lead of the football game, 16-14, with 10 seconds left here in the first half on a good offensive possession, Chris. They were able to power the football, got a couple of really big runs from Neal. Graydon was able to thread the needle a couple of times there. And then the little throwback on the wheel route to Neal to get the first down over here. That was the key play in that drive. And the Savages getting points on the board, taking a lead here as we approach the first half.
I've got to say the Savages in the first quarter early in this half getting outrun to the end zone on a couple of big plays by McAlester. But down the stretch, more into the second quarter, it's Broken Bow that's dominating. I think when the difference may be conditioning. These guys have worked hard, been in great shape, and they are ready to play football. They proved it on the field.
One of the things I'm noticing is the big boys up front on the offensive line are the same big boys up front on the defensive line for McAlester, and that's not the case for our guys. So we'll see if that makes a difference in the second half. It should, especially when you're this early in the season.
We're going to see a squib kick.
Zaragoza will kick it high to the hash and out of bounds. So it's caught, but was he out of bounds? If he's caught it out of bounds, then they get the ball at the 35-yard line, but he wasn't. So he's going to get the football at the 23-yard line, 1st and 10. I guess they said he touched it in bounds. It didn't look that way to me.
Well, he actually, I think he tried to tiptoe along the sideline to keep both feet in, and was unsuccessful in doing so. I think it's maybe academic. I think they're going
I think it is.
They're going to kneel here and go into the half. They get the football in the second half, remember, so.
They've got Tidwell. No, I don't know if they're going to kneel it. They've got Tidwell in the game, so they may be going to try to stretch the field here. Savages need to be playing a little bit of prevent. No, they're going to hand it off. Make the tackle and go to the locker room, fellas. 6 seconds left, and down he goes.
Jimmy Brown on the tackle.
And the Savages will take a lead into the halftime locker room here in the season opener. Broken Bow 16, McAlester 14 in a dandy football game between two very good offenses and a lot of great players on the field tonight. Let's take a timeout. I don't think that we have a performance from the Broken Bow Savage Pride Marching Band, but I do believe that the dance team is going to perform. So let's take a quick timeout. We'll be back with the dance team in just a moment. And welcome back to Memorial Stadium. Skip Copeland, Chris Chandler, Jonathan Callaway, Zach West. And the Broken Bow Savage cheer, varsity cheer on the field. We'll stop for the PA.
Chloe Burcham. Harris Cottle. Cheyenne Gibson. Brooke Evans. And Alfredo Morales. Sophomores, Janiyah Ashton. Blakely Bishop, McCalla Dansby, Chloe Felipe, Jagger Gibbs, Jordan Gibson, Presley Gibson, Caroline Skelton, and our manager, Natalie Reese. Juniors, Aaliyah Batson, Taylor Burris, Charisma Foreman, Jaden Harder, Rachel Hurst, Maddie Seavey, JC Tomlinson, Miley Williams, and our freshman, Chloe Hurst, Cadence Lawler, and Bella Snyder.
Pregame Savage varsity cheer. That's pretty good. I mean, this early in the year, they weren't doing any stunning or anything, but I mean, they were very well timed.
Yeah, that's very impressive. They've basically been to one cheer camp and then a couple of practices since school started, and looking good. Here's the dance team, and they are impressive too.
They've been working hard.
Yeah.
I've seen them practicing, and they go through the paces. So here they are, folks, the Savage dance team for 2025.
Introducing Brokenbow High School dance team, freshman Brooklyn Choke, Demi Hart, sophomore Amaya Cherry, Ava Gammon, Lene Jordan, Lydia Matlock, juniors Mercedes Broadus, Caden Coulter, Miranda Frazier, Kenzie Gilly, Cambry Ginn, Kylie Lansdale, Katie Long, Rayleigh Martin, Madeline Shank, seniors Olivia Fusen, Sarah Hibden, Aiden Jesse, Caitlin Lansdale, Fallon Martin, and Violet McCarroll. Introducing Brokenbow High School Dance Team 2025-2026.
Turns out I'm 100% that chick. That's the goddess. You put a
Savage dance team. I have 3 of them, and we have 3 of them in class. 3 of the dance teamers.
Yeah, that's the audiovisual production class.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Probably going to see some graphics created by those young ladies and some other students at Broken Bow on future broadcast.
So we've got looks like about 12 minutes or so here before the second half begins, and we've got a lot of things we could talk about. But the one thing we didn't get a chance to go over in the pregame was the football schedule.
We have it
for 2025. Let's talk about it for a minute. So we know that we're playing the number 5 team from Class 5A tonight in the season opener, but we've got another 5A school next week, and then we've got our arch rival in week 3. You heard Coach Lang talk about the non-district schedule and what he wants to accomplish through that non-district schedule to prepare his team for what we know is going to be a tough run through District 4 in Class 4A. So, I mean, looking ahead, Chris, at this non-district schedule, how good are these 3 opponents, and will it prepare us, do you think, effectively for District 4?
Well, we'll have to look at how Durant performed. Obviously, McAlester is a top-ranked team, top 5, and they've shown it on the field. They have speed, they have size, good defenders, 2 different quarterbacks with different skill sets, and just explosive scoring threats. And that resulted in a couple of big plays against Broken Bow, who has a good defense, just does not have the speed McAlester has, at least on those 2 plays. But Durant, not bad. Keep in mind, Durant has McAllister's former head coach and their former starting quarterback.
I don't think the head coach is there. His son is.
Oh, Maisie, that's right. Yeah. Maisie.
His son transferred, but I think his son lives with his mother.
Okay.
So,
but Maisie was a starter for this McAlester team last year, and he's going to be the starting quarterback for Durant. They also, the last 2-3 years Broken Bow's played them, they've had a number 1 defensive lineman candidate, and they have another one this year. Cole, I think it's Yarborough.
They got 2 kids from McAlester, Durant did. Durant thinks this is their year. So, I mean, we'll see them next week. They've got a little bit of bitterness in their mouth, I'm sure, from last year's homecoming loss to Broken Bow, last-minute loss on some heroics by Graydon Howell and the Savage offense. And
I think, didn't Graydon have over 400 total yards last year?
I remember that he had a 60-something yard touchdown to win the game. I remember that. I don't know what the stats were, but there was a time in my life when I probably could have remembered what he did last year, but I don't now. But Durant will be here next week, and guess what? It's homecoming again, and I'm sure that they would like nothing more than to spoil the party, because not only is it homecoming, it's a 5-year all-class reunion, and so we're going to have a house full. And
wasn't it their homecoming when we went there last year and beat them?
Yes.
Yeah, return the favor.
Yeah, I think I may have said something about it.
I believe you did.
I don't know. I hope they didn't.
No, I know you did.
Yeah.
I don't remember you doing it, but I just know you did.
Yeah, you know I did. And hopefully they don't care what the old guy in the press box is saying, but if they did want to use it as some bulletin board material, they could go back to our YouTube channel and find that broadcast. So Durant next week, and again, that coincides, as I said, with the all-school, all-class reunion that happens Normally it happens every 5 years. I don't think it happened in 2020 because of COVID.
No, it did not.
So it's been 10 years since we've had this big reunion, and we've got a revamped downtown Broken Bow to host it this year. It's going to be a wonderful event. I hope to see everyone here, and I hope you'll all come out to the ball game next week. It should be a dandy ball game because Durant does have more talent than they've had in recent years. So it's going to be a very competitive game.
Yeah, also it's going to be that 5-year reunion is normally done in June or July, and they want to do it during football season. Mm-hmm. So although the first week of September you expect to be hot, it's going to be great weather like this again. So we'll be here. You can watch it live on YouTube, and if you can, make it out here and then go watch it afterwards.
That's what I was going to say. You don't have to watch it live on YouTube. You can watch it live in person, and then you can watch it on YouTube on tape. Yeah. And see it twice because it's, that kind of season. I'm hoping that we have that kind of season from the Broken Bow Savages. Let's move ahead to the other non-district game, and it's, as always, a big one. Arch rival Idabel.
I've heard of them.
Yes. And this time it's be the first time that we think it'll be the first time that we actually get to play a full game in their stadium at varsity level.
We ran a possession and a half last time. Yeah.
For those of you that don't recall, the last time we were scheduled to play in Idabel, we had a lightning storm and a power outage, and that put us out of business. We didn't get to play that game that year. So those of you that say it's the longest-running rivalry in Oklahoma, you might want to rethink that because we hadn't played twice in the last 20 years.
Well, we have played. We just did not finish the game or the quarter. We did actually play, just not a complete game.
Yeah.
But
there's been twice though, right?
In 1943 they didn't play.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, in 1943 there was no, or at least there's no record of one.
No,
there wasn't an official game. So. But it is the arch rival. It is Idabel, and it's got special meaning because, as I said, we've got a couple of guys that are Broken Bow kids that played at Idabel that are back at Broken Bow, and that always just adds. You don't need to add any fuel to the fire, but that might add a little for the Warriors and for the members of the Savages that played there last year.
There's 3 of them that we know about, right? Pratt, Medoc, and Neal.
Right.
All 3 were Broken Bow students who went to Idabel and are now back at Broken Bow. Moving ahead, let's talk about District 4. And, the district this year is an interesting match because the Savages are much improved and have high expectations, but the district coaches didn't pick them as the potential champions. They picked the Ada Cougars with good reason because the Ada Cougars are loaded and got most of their best players back from last year's team that went deep into the playoffs. I believe they were semifinalists, weren't they, last year?
I believe, didn't they lose to Elgin?
I believe they did.
Yeah. So and that's going to be let's look first at the first district game. After that non-district, you have a bye week.
Correct.
We do not play on the 19th, and then on the 26th, we'll actually be up in Glenpool. Warriors going to host that.
The Glenpool Warriors have a new coach this year. He is a Broken Bow High School graduate. Peyton Werner is at the helm, his first head coaching job at the high school varsity level anyway, and we'll see what he can do with the hapless Glenpool Warriors, a very prideful team that had great history, won a couple of state championships in the day, and but they've been down on their luck. I don't think they won a game last year. I think they might have went 0-10 last year, and they hired a new coach, and that coach is the former offensive coordinator of the Poto Pirates and a former, in fact, the record passing record holder in Broken Bow school history, Peyton Werner.
Yeah, and then you play after facing Warriors back-to-back. It's Sallisaw, but thank goodness it is actually here and not at Sallisaw.
Yeah.
We'll host the Black Diamonds here in Memorial Stadium.
Sallisaw is going to be good as well. They've got a lot of talent coming back, and they'll be a quality football team. I expect them to be a playoff team.
Yeah, the good talent. That was the best game Broken Bow played last year was at Sallisaw, dominated in every aspect, and so we hope to continue that. Then we're going to go to Stillwell, right?
I think it's Hilldale.
It's Hilldale.
It's Hilldale on a Thursday night, I think it is.
Yeah, and that's going to be at Hilldale. Oh, no, it's at Stillwell. It's at Stillwell and at Hilldale. We play 2 away games, Stillwell and Hilldale in consecutive weeks.
Yeah, and Hilldale, I believe, is the Thursday night game. That's during the fall break.
Right, and then host Ada.
Yeah.
Right here.
That's a tough one. The Ada Cougars. We finished with Tulsa McLean and the Poto Pirates. We got McLean, the Titans, at home this year, but we go to Poto to finish the season. I don't know, respectively, what any of those teams have talent-wise. I know about Ada, and I know about I know
Sallisaw.
Sallisaw.
Yeah, we know about Sallisaw.
I know about Ada and Sallisaw, and then the others I don't really know what they have. We'll take a look at them as we get deeper in the season.
McLean is going to have at least, if they have two of those guys from last year that were juniors, and that quarterback was a sophomore, wasn't he, or junior? He hurt us bad.
They have some talent.
They have some talent, and they always have speed. So, good time for Broken Bow to return the favor. That's looking, for the rest of the regular district. I would like to mention this maybe in the pregame. I can't remember, but we will be able to. We have the on the schedule. We put through the playoffs, through the state championship on our schedule, and we will be able to bring you those games. New law in Oklahoma states if your school participates, if your school plays in a athletic event, you have the right to live stream that, and we certainly will do that. Won't we, Skip?
That's absolutely. I don't know what you just said because I was talking to Jonathan, but I'm agreeing with you.
I said you were going to give me $50,000.
Okay. In that case, I don't agree.
No, we will live stream the games. We have the right to. Our school's participating. We don't have to there's no exclusivity, and so we will bring you every football game that the Broken Bow Savage football team plays in this year, and hopefully it'll include the ones at the end of that schedule. Hopefully we can go all the way. That's getting way ahead of things. They've still got to go through a tough district and finish tonight's game against McAlester, but it's Broken Bow that's leading 16-14 at half.
Yeah, it is, and let's talk about those business partners again. The Savages, we're going to see the intro here. Oh, there we go. For the 25-26 academic year this year, the Broken Tiki, our partners again, media partners. And what this is, folks, is the businesses that have come together with us to be able to bring not only the social media stream, but the YouTube channel, and they also help us fund a great deal of what we do with our AV production team as well. So this is really a very, very worthwhile thing that these businesses are doing, and we do hope that when you are in their businesses or when you are talking to the people that own or work in these businesses, that you will let them know how appreciative we are that this YouTube channel is a free channel, that as Savage fans, no matter where you're at in the world, you get a chance to tune in on Friday nights in the fall and watch your favorite high school football team play for absolutely free. And it's because of those names that are on the screen right now. The Broken Tiki, McCurtain County National Bank, Jennifer Broadus State Farm Insurance, Choctaw Nation, Together We're More, and Downtown Broken Bow, the Merchants of Downtown Broken Bow. Our thanks to all of them. We have a couple of banner ad sponsors as well this year. Those are
Crystal Forest
event venue.
And right next to it, the Arklahoma Pool, Spas, and Outdoors. Appreciate it. Also, the same people that have Arklahoma also understand have the Mountain Man Meat Market there as well.
You can come out. You can go back to the field if you want.
Yeah, by the way, just to mention, it was actually, I had to confirm because I couldn't see it, and they were sworn once the touchdown was gone. That was Braden Williams that caught that touchdown pass.
Well, I thought it was by the way he reacted, but I couldn't tell because flag was right behind him. So it could have been either one of them, but I thought it was Williams. Savages lead 16-14, and we are just probably 3 minutes or so away from the second half kickoff. See the Savages getting loose here for the second half. What a great job in the first half of kind of holding their composure, giving up a couple of big plays, but keeping it together and performing extremely well on offense, in fact, to actually get the momentum back away from the Buffaloes. But probably the key play of that half was the safety. A big defensive play on a mad rush from the Savage defenders to get a 2-point safety and then get the football back, and they went down the field, capitalized on that, and took that into the end zone to take the lead into the halftime locker room. 16-14. Savages will come out with all kinds of momentum, but they will have to kick the football away to the McAlester Buffaloes as they won the toss and deferred, if you'll recall, in the first half.
Yeah, remember, it's only a 2-point football game, and so McAllister's saying, guys, we're not, and certainly not out of this, but we can just go take the lead we can either, if we got a safety, we can tie it. If our offense has any score, we will retake the lead. Savages' objective is to stop that. They should have some defensive momentum coming out. We'll see. They had a report of a possible maybe an injury to one of the Savages. We'll have to see if there's a change in the starting lineup for this second half. But, man, I'm proud of the way they played, Skip, and especially as Maverick Lang, coaches them to respond. And the Savages have responded well. Also, I do think the conditioning had something to do with that. Savage just took over in the second quarter. It was a tale of two quarters there. I know we got a touchdown in the first, but, man, Savage has played very well. One of the things, keys to the game, though, is going to have to be limit turnovers for both teams. Turnovers definitely made a difference in that first half. In fact, McAlester, I believe, scored one of their touchdowns off a turnover, and then Savages gave away one. I mean, they were almost in the red zone when they turned the ball over. So
just to clarify, they didn't score off of the turnover. They scored following the turnover, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But you're right. We turned the ball over 3 times, right? No, we had 2 interceptions and we had 2 on downs.
On downs, yeah. But again, one of them was at about, I can't remember, I think it was the 27-yard line or something like that. Went for it and couldn't quite get in. Man, I tell you, they look enthusiastic, though. It's an exciting night for Broken Bow football.
Looks like Hunter Shomo has some kind of lower leg injury or something. I don't know if it's an injury or not, but he's on the sideline. He's not with his team.
Yeah, he's walking gingerly.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's going to be in the lineup here in the second half. We'll keep an eye on that. Everybody else looks to be in the huddle with the team as they break out family and head towards their home sideline. One thing we should mention, Chris, also is, we do have a couple of players that are missing from the lineup as well. A big number 75 has a knee injury that has he's lost the season, right?
And from what I understand, Camden Jackman, I mean, the guy, he's 6'6", 295 returning starter on the offensive line and just a huge force there. And from what I understand, he's certainly, you see him in jeans on the sideline, certainly out for at least the first half of the season.
I believe
it is. I think he'll be back for track in the fall. He throws a discus and shot, but I don't know if we'll see him.
No, I don't. I think I know I was told that he's probably out for the season. So don't expect to see him. That's an unfortunate loss when you don't get to play your senior season. I mean, I hate that for the young man, but that's the way the game is. It's a physical football game, and you're subject to injury every time you're on the field. So the Savages will kick the football away. They'll break the huddle. McAlester already in kick return formation, awaiting, and the Savages finally break the huddle. Coach Braden Jackson in charge of the special teams. Savages have some new faces on the sideline. We haven't talked about the coaching staff yet. Coach Maverick Lang able to add some assistant coaches and getting some help from some coaches that were already around. And then another, we talked about guys that were at Broken Bow and went to Idabel and came back to Broken Bow. One of our all-state linemen, Coach Jeremy Bean, is back in black and gold with us as well. Here's a high kick, fielded, loose ball on the ground. The Savages scramble for it. Who got it? Looks like Broken Bow came out with the football. He can't advance it, but he does get possession.
That should be a flag.
That's number 24, Chris.
Yeah, that was a great job of getting the football. But after that, it looked like a Cole Patrick and a number 1 from McAlester taking it up. The number
that's Mason Mays.
Good job, Mason.
Mason Mays, who was a headhunter last year on the kickoff team.
Yeah. Gets him a turnover.
So here are the Savages on offense, and that's we'll see if number 50, Hunter Shomo, is on the field. I don't think he is. Yes, he is. He is on the field.
Yeah,
so Shomo's out there. Sonny Freeman, Josh McDaniel. Number 71 is Aiden Hammonds, and 54 is Lucas Curry. Those are the 5 across the front, and Shomo's still hobbled, but he's in the lineup.
He's a tough kid, man. You mentioned it. He is tough as rock.
1st and 10, Broken Bow. 4 receivers on the field. Here's Howell in the backfield. High snap, handoff to Neal. Through the first set of tacklers, across the line of scrimmage, pushing, power running to the 25-yard line. Snooty with a big, powerful run.
Man, he carried one of the down linemen, I think it was 66, the nose tackle, about 5 yards on his back. That was a bus ride courtesy of Snooty Transport Service. Tough run. Way to start off the second half.
So he went through 2 defenders at the line of scrimmage that looked like they were barely blocked, and neither one of them were able to stop him. Savages with trips into the boundary far side. Howell in the pistol. Neal behind him. Handoff. Neal straight ahead. Power running. Looking for the first down yardage. Not quite there. stopped just short of the line to gain. He's going to be a foot or two behind it. And the Savages will have I'm sorry. They marked him first down. My bad.
Nice second effort. Way to keep your legs straight. In fact, I saw one of the players that was behind the pile actually picking up his foot and holding on to it to keep him from churning his legs, but he still managed to get the first down. That's power football.
Yeah, those a couple of really powerful runs there by number 20. He's a big kid too. He's he's not a little scat back. He's a power runner. You're going to see a lot of him. Savages with a tight formation this time. They'll flip.
That's Pratt and Williams.
No, that's not Williams. That's number 11. A scramble. A designed run, that is, by Graydon Hound, but nothing there as he goes out of bounds at the line of scrimmage. No gain. It'll be second down and 10. Who's number 11?
Oh, that's Javion Heath. You're right. Williams was 11 last year, but he's number 1 this year.
That's correct. So that's Javion Heath is on the field for the Savages. Savages got some good-looking receivers, but right now they're focused on the ground game, and they're faced with second and 10.
Hey, I think they're wearing out this offensive line. You talk about the double-way starters for McAlester. I think they look tired.
I talked to Coach Lang before the game. Here's Howell, finds an open receiver. That's Heath in the flat across the 20 to the 18-yard line. And the Savages will be about 6 yards or so, maybe 7 yards.
That was an interesting route selection as it was Heath out there. He looked like Howell had 3 receivers on the same side, about 5 or 10 yards between each other, but he could pick the open one. He found Heath, and as a result, it's going to be third. Yeah, let's call it a long 6.
Yeah, at least 6 yards. Motion, Hall, jet sweep, fake. Howell rolling to his right, looking for a receiver. Now he'll reverse field. Drops back behind the 30 and finds a receiver on the sideline. That's Dejon Hall, close to the line to gain, knocked backwards as he got very, very near the 10-yard line. We'll see where the line judge puts the football, and I think he's got another first and 10.
I think he does too. He's got his foot on the line. The marker's on the line. Actually, a little behind it. Uh-oh. We got, looks like Hall?
That's Dejon down on the ground over there. 9 minutes, 36 seconds left here in the third quarter of the football game, and we have an injured player on the field. Hopefully,
I think that's a cramp.
It's a cramp.
Yeah, I think it is. He's signaling to.
Yeah, it is. It's a cramp for sure. Ooh, that's a relief.
And that is a first down.
It is a first down. First and 10 for Broken Bow. They can still get a first down without getting a touchdown, but they would have to be 3 inches from the goal line to do it. Let's take a short timeout. We'll be back with more Savage football right after this.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
And welcome back to Memorial Stadium. Dejon Hall is on his feet and certainly was cramped up. That's all it was. He walked off under his own power and looks like he can rehydrate and get back out on the field. Savages with a first and 10. Just outside the 10-yard line. Howell in the pistol. Hand off to Neal, looking for yardage between the tackles. Busts fast to the 5-yard line to the 4, and rolls down inside the 4-yard line. It'll be second down. And he needs a little more than 3 yards here to get the first down, but he's not much further than that away from the end zone. And it's second down.
Nice job of the offensive line opening up a gap, and then in more tough running, he squared his shoulders and leaned forward and churned out to about 7 yards.
Baker and Flagg spit wide right. Hand off Neal, looking for some blocking up front across the 3-yard line. Short of the line to gain. He's down in between the 2-yard line and the 1-yard line, and it'll be third down. Now they're going to mark him right just outside the 2-yard line.
He's coming out. He's got his helmet off. He may have been sent out because his helmet came off. But it looks like Pratt's going into the game at running back.
And that's Patrick.
Along with Patrick.
Yeah, Pratt's at the H, I think. So.
Yeah, power formation.
Yeah. They got Brandon in the game, Patrick also in the game. That's 7, Baker in the slot. And number 2, Kalel Flagg, split wide right. Ball on the left hash. Howell in the gun. Loose ball on the ground. Graydon looked like he got it back. McAlester thinks they have it.
Nah, Graydon got
I think
it back.
Howell, it looked like Howell fell directly on top of it.
He pulled it into his midsection. Those guys, the guys from McAlester signal we have the ball, didn't even have a view of it. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a big play. 4th down. And we got to figure out, here comes Neal back into the lineup. So Graydon did get the football back, but he was on the 8-yard line when he did so. Poor execution that time, as the Savages had 3rd and goal from inside the 3-yard line, and now it's 4th and goal from the 8-yard line. And I don't know what this play is, but Batman and Uncle Sam are both involved.
Are you looking at the back or the front of the?
Oh, yeah, no, maybe they're not involved. That's what it is. Howell with the snap. Fake handoff. Rolling right, floats the football out, and it's incomplete. That'll turn it over on downs. Once again, another red zone turnover on downs for the Broken Bow Savages. Another missed opportunity with 7:47 left, 3rd period. Savages still have the lead, 16-14. They have more offense in the stat book, but they don't have any more points on the scoreboard.
Yeah, that was intended I think that was intended for Heath in the end zone. No, that was Flagg. It was intended for Flagg in the end zone. Just couldn't quite get it there. It might have been tipped at the line of scrimmage as well.
So let's set the Savage defenders here. That's number 72 on the field. Chris, who's that? 72 out there in the place of 73. Jimmy Brown was on the field in that position. Jackson Porter still in at one of the tackles. Achilles Pearson and Cale Ginn are at the ends. Cade Pratt is the middle linebacker.
That's Murphy.
Tyjon Murphy, okay.
He's a
move in from, he was here last year, but he didn't play football. There's a handoff in the backfield, scrambling to the right. The Savages have him, pursued laterally, and they'll bring him down inside the 3-yard line. A loss of close to 5 yards on the play. If they mark him, now they're going to spot him up at the 5, it looks like.
I tell you what a coaching staff likes to see. There are 9 Broken Bow Savages on that pile.
Yeah,
that pursuit was fantastic. The only one weren't were the guys that were cutting off the back, which would be Sky Baker, so your free safety, your backside cornerback.
So let's finish that defensive lineup. Bladen Meddock is one of the linebackers. A.J. Brannon is the other linebacker. B.B. Heath is a cornerback. Isaiah Fields, a cornerback. Sky Baker, the free safety. Cole Patrick, the strong safety. Here's a pass, incomplete, at the feet of his intended receiver. And the Buffaloes will be faced with 3rd and very long here. 3rd and 12 from the 5-yard line.
And that was some pressure on the quarterback. He threw it into the dirt in front of the receiver because Meddock had crashed through on a blitz, and he had to get rid of it.
So this could be another big shift in field position. Well, I mean, not a shift, but the Savages could maintain advantage in the field position if they can make a stop here and force the McAlester Buffaloes to punt from their own end zone.
Watch the pump fake.
This is Tidwell in the backfield. He's going to keep the football himself, breaks a tackle, close across the 10, close to a face mask penalty there as somebody slapped at the helmet but didn't grab it, so no penalty. And that's short of the first down. It's going to leave 4th down and probably 6 or 7 yards, we'll say. And so McAllister's going to have to give the football back.
I'm going to predict they'll punt on this one.
I think you might be right. Look how short the snap is, and it's a rugby-style punter. I'm not sure I might not load up and try to go at him right in the middle here.
He's also a running quarterback, so they have that option.
That's threat too, but this deep, man, that little rugby thing is, that's a good stop right there. Get it, Sky. 35-yard line, 30. Sky Baker still on the move, 25, 20, 15. Still on his feet, breaks the tackle to the 5 and steps out of bounds at the 7-yard line as he's knocked backwards. What a great return that time as he picked that ball up. That ball was going to go 20 more yards on the ground if he doesn't catch it that way. And then he breaks 2 tackles to get big yardage and set the Savages up 1st and goal.
Maverick talked in the pregame about how much he loves Sky Baker for his effort. He's put some weight on that body, and he used it there. That was a great move at the 10-yard line, spinning off a block. That was just a perfect return, setting Savages up. And what a great job by the defense, 3 and out, and allow Sky Baker to take it into the red zone.
6 minutes, 13 seconds left, 3rd period, and what started out as a beautiful, cool night of football has turned into a hot, muggy mess with lots of players down on the field with cramps now as one of the McAlester players being attended to. 6:13 left. The Savages with the football, first and goal when play resumes. Let's hear from one of our media partners, and we'll be back with this offense on the field in just a moment.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
And again, as I mentioned, the humidity in the air has really mugged things up.
I like what you did there.
Yeah, thanks. 6:13 left, third period. Savages with a 2-point lead thanks to a safety that they had in the first half. Well, that and a couple of touchdowns they scored to stay even. And now they're looking to add more points. Howell in the backfield has Neal back there with him. Into the short boundary is Kalel Flagg, standing on the 10-yard line. Over on the wide side of the field, A.J. Brannon in front of a stack formation with Dejon Hall behind him. You've got an H-back in the football game as well. That's Braden Williams. Here's a handoff to Neal. Reverses his field. Spin move off a tackler at the 5. Inside the 5, pushing to the 3-yard line. And now finally is knocked backwards, but not before a terrific spin move and some power running by Jatarius Neal to get the football down inside the 5-yard line.
Wow, what a great run, and just showing both power and great field vision, because he had to change his angle about 3 times during that scamper toward the end zone.
Second down and goal. Football at the 3-yard line. The Savages flash the play in. Hal has it, signals it to his team. Same formation, this time not stacked on the wide side, though. They'll put, and we've got a stoppage of play. Oh, something on the field, it looked like. So it looks like we're ready. They'll rewind the clock here. Graydon sets his offense, takes the snap, hands it to Neal. Straight ahead in between the tackles, base running. Not much there. Snooty just kind of tucked his helmet down and covered the football up, but he really couldn't advance it much. And it's going to be third down and goal from just outside the 3-yard line.
I like what the Savages are doing with clock management here. They're stretching it out, snapping it with less than 10 seconds left to play. Keep in mind, it was a 3-and-out earlier, and they are wearing out this defensive unit, especially the force unit here for the McAlester Buffaloes. That's some smart, heady play by Broken Bow.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Lang in the pregame. He said he wants Neal to carry it at least 25 times. He's getting his way. Here's Graydon with some scramble. There's Flags coming in, and down goes Graydon at the 28-yard line. So this is going, they're going to decline the penalty, whatever it is. And the Savages are going to have 4th and goal from the 24-yard line.
Well, that was Graydon Howell trying to get loose. And that's the thing about this team. We talked about how much speed McAlester has. And they, I'm sure what they've worked on for this game is do not let number 4 get around you. And so they are coming in from the outside in, forcing him in the inside and not letting him turn around backward, reverse his field, and get past him on a kind of a circuitous route.
So, Chris, the player that's down on the field is number 12.
That's the one that went for the first touchdown for him, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the speedster.
Well, he had to chase. He's one of the ones that had to chase down Graydon on that
This
play.
does not look like a cramp.
Oh, that's not good news.
No, they're looks like they're looking at his ankle here. So
well,
let's take a quick timeout and let them attend to this injured player, and we'll be back with more Savage football. You're watching Savage football on Broken Bow Savage's YouTube.
Running isn't more important than their faith, their family, and our life. I believe that my sole mission in life, no matter what I'm doing, I should be an ambassador for Christ. He knew that when I turned 40 years old, I was going to start running and using this as a ministry. I've seen it through the people that he's brought into my life, as a husband, as a father, as a runner. I've just seen it each day, how he's going to use this for his glory.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
And we're back at the Rock, the Savages and the Buffaloes in a bit of a slugfest here as Savages are getting down into the red zone tonight on multiple occasions, but not able to punch it in the end zone. Here's Hal in the backfield. He'll put Neal in motion. Hal will fire the football down. It's going to be harmlessly incomplete, other than the harm it does by turning the football over on 4 downs. The flag is illegal motion, which will be declined. Neal
turned it up
early. But 4:19 left, third period. 16-14 Broken Bow. McAlester takes over. 1st and 10 from the from the Buffalo 24-yard line.
Which is about where that fumble was recovered.
Man, how many times we're going to go inside the 5-yard line tonight and not get points out?
Yeah, I don't know.
Excuse me.
I hope at least a couple of more, because that means we have the football and we're deep in their territory. But you need to put points on the board.
Well, I mean, we have a 2-point lead, so a win's a win. I'll take 16-14. We can get to the end of the game with it.
I got the pass and throwing quarterback back in the backfield for McAlester.
Tidwell on the field. Trip receivers into the short boundary near the Broken Bow sideline. He looks the other way, however, and fires it out into the flat. It's caught. Don't break a tackle. He does. He breaks one and still running. They're going to chase him and knock him out of bounds. That's Dejan Hall playing safety on the tackle. But once again, he gets by the first defender, Isaiah Fields, on the missed tackle. And the Savages give up another 1st and 10, this time at the Buffalo 46-yard line.
So that's a 26-yard pickup on 1st down, and that's just on a little wheel route. It looked like coming out of the backfield
Yeah, they put trips into the boundary over here, and then they just looked the other way immediately. Threw it out into the flat. Now it's a loose ball. Tidwell can't handle it. Loose ball on the ground. Savages scramble and get on the football. Broken Bow with another turnover, taking it away from the Buffaloes on a bad snap. With 4:04 left, third period, and the Savage offense will get another opportunity inside Buffalo territory.
Man, that was a great job by Achilles Pearson of getting down there, coming after the football, struggling for it, and pulling it away from the defenders. Turnovers have been the story of this football game. That's about the 7th one. The Savages now, you talked about it at halftime, Skip. Savages now ahead on the turnover ratio.
I'm being notified here that the last all-school reunion was in 2021. They did have one.
Oh, it just postponed it a year.
The year after COVID. I didn't remember that.
Yeah. Thanks for letting us know that. Well, Savages in great field position at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10, 2-point lead. 4:04 left in the third quarter. Yeah, we need to put some points on the board, preferably 6, followed by a conversion of some kind.
Here we are, 1st and 10. They'll put Pratt to the left side. Well, high snap, handoff. Neal, nowhere to go, down in the backfield. Tackle for loss by the Buffalo defender, and he's cramped up.
Yeah, the Buffaloes are showing some fatigue. That play did not get to develop. I mean, good job of penetration there by McAlester, but that high snap shut down the timing. Neal had to stop his forward progress and then restart it, and so it never had time to develop.
So the Savages have a player cramped up, and the Buffaloes have a player cramped up. So, once again, this weather really...
Although it is cooler, but it's still 99% humidity.
But it has shifted. The temperature has moved up just in the course of this football game, at least 10 degrees. So that's when you're in an athletic event, you know as well as I do, Chris, that's not what you want. The hotter it gets, the more likely you are to have those kinds of problems. 88% relative humidity.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
a lot of water in the air.
Yeah.
Maybe not enough in the body.
Well, looks like Mo Skelton out there attending to Broken Bows.
That's Sonny Freeman on the ground.
Yeah.
Sonny's up under his own power. A little tough to get that calf to work for him, but he's going to heel toe his way to the sideline. 3:48 left, third period, 16-14 Broken Bow. And the Savage offense statistically are going to look like a juggernaut tonight because they have moved the ball up and down the field, but they just have not moved it into the end zone. They've turned it over on multiple occasions, either through interceptions or turnovers on down, but they've also taken the ball away from the Buffalo several times. So it will be a very interesting stat sheet. Freeman having a tough time getting that cramp worked out. He's struggling to get off the field here. Savage offense on the field awaiting the whistle.
I believe you got Jimmy Brown in there for Freeman.
I don't know who that tailback is, but that's a new look. That's Blake Skelton.
Oh.
So they're going to move Graydon Howell out into the slot. Blake's going to take the snap. And that's a whistle and a illegal procedure penalty.
Illegal procedure against the Savages.
Well,
that was an interesting look as they brought Blake in. When I saw the back in the backfield, I was like, I don't recognize that one, but then I saw his number. So that was a little trickery that didn't work because of the penalty. I think that was going to be a jet sweep to Graydon Howell.
I think so too. Keep in mind, Skelton can't throw the ball a country mile.
Yeah, Skelton's got a great arm and great passing form.
And now he has 5 receivers who are dire threats to the defense.
Savages with trips into the wide side of the field here. Howell with the football. Rolling right's got some pressure. Fires it out to Pratt, and he's hit immediately at the 38-yard line. It's a good catch. Good job by Pratt holding on to the football, but he didn't get back the yardage lost on the penalty, I think. He got 3 yards, they'll say. 3rd down and a long 12 for the Savages.
This is a rare juncture. We're under 3 minutes left to play in this quarter. This entire quarter has taken place in the McAlester half of the football field.
It sure has. Yeah, I think every offensive snap has been on the McAlester end of the field.
Baker's punt return is the only time the ball went past midfield, other than the kickoff.
Al with Patrick in the backfield. Fake handoff, looking for some time. Scrambling back, now throws the ball up and incomplete.
Another cramp, number 1 for McAlester.
As Savages trying to get away from the pressure, and Graydon just kind of floated the football out into the flat. Didn't really have a receiver out there, but he had Williams near enough. And once again, we've got players cramped up, one of them leaving the field and another one down on his back. So they are going to throw the flag, intentional grounding. Let's see, he just dropped the flag at the 49-yard line. It's intentional grounding, loss of down. So the Savages are going to have 4th down and 13. So Williams was out there on that side of the field, but I just don't think Graydon threw the ball far enough. So he was
backpedaling off balance when he threw it, got no body into it. It was purely a throw with his arm strength.
Yeah. So once again, an injury timeout here. 2:25 left, 3rd period. Pregame with a 2-point lead. So we're fully back to school now. I think the students are kind of acclimated to the new school year. And, things are going pretty well, I'd say, at the school.
I would too.
Yeah, so far it's been a very productive school year, and, everybody's paying a little more attention. I don't know what caused that, but.
Well, I'm to blame for this. I made the statement this entire quarter has taken place in the McAlester end of the football field, and now we're back at the Savage 45-yard line. Yeah. Actually, 46 technically. It's past it, but sorry, folks.
Yeah, but so the penalty brings it back to the Savage 44-yard line, and it's 4th down. So I think we'll punt this, right?
Yeah, you'd think so. Graydon Howell will be the punter. Well, it looks like we're lining up an offense. That's not a punting formation.
I think it is, though. I think it's a punting formation.
He's just going to, he's going to back up.
Yeah. Yeah, the 2 up backs there. So Graydon's going to kick the football away. Oh. It's a high floater. Bounces at the 25, stays inbounds into the 20-yard line, and then it goes out of bounds. Looks like maybe just inside the 20 at about the 19-yard line. The Buffaloes will take over. 1st down and 10 from their own 19-yard line.
So 2 minutes and 17 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, and Savage is dominating the field position battle, at least in this half.
After the punt, McAlester will take over first down about the 8.
Looks like they're going to put McKinney back in at quarterback, Skip.
Yeah, 12 is back on the field as well. So, I mean,
the speedster.
These injuries are temporary. They're just muscle fatigue, cramps, and fatigue. Yep, Jackson McKinney in at quarterback. Looking outside, passes quickly to the flat. Here's 12 again, and he's knocked out of bounds. Good defense there as B.B. Heath defends, and Dejon Hall comes in from the safety position to force him out of bounds. Short gain on the play, give him a yard, maybe 2.
That was well read by the Broken Bow secondary. They saw what they were going to do, put number 12 out there, getting the ball in space, have him take off, and he had no chance as he was bracketed by both Savage defenders. Good job, Savage secondary.
You looked his name up earlier, and I've already forgotten what it was. It was an interesting name. I just don't remember it.
You talking about 12?
Yeah. You showed me his name on your phone earlier, remember?
Yeah.
There's a scramble in the backfield, and McKinney goes down after spinning for about a yard. At the 20-yard line, the Savages do a good job of corralling him, and we've got another Broken Bow player down on the field.
Oh, that does not look like a cramp.
Yeah, I don't think it is, actually. So we've got a stoppage of action here for an injury. 1 minute, 20 seconds left, third period. Let's take a commercial timeout. We'll listen to a commercial from our media partners and be back with more of the Savage season opener right here on the YouTube channel.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
Well, the injured player is Cale Ginn. Looked like he had, they were tending to something up underneath his shoulder pads. I don't know if it's a back or a shoulder.
I think he actually had an injury at halftime and was playing through some pain and just probably retweaked it. Hopefully he can get some assistance and maybe get back in the ball game.
Third down and 9. Jackson McKinney, the quarterback. He's the running quarterback. Savages will rush 5, and they go right at him. And they get pressure on him. Down he goes at the 5-yard line in the arms of the couple of Savage defenders, Achilles Pearson and number 51.
Jason Sossaman.
Oh, that's his.
Jason
wow.
Sossaman.
Sossaman in and on one play coming in, I think, for Cale Ginn and made a statement.
Yeah, his first play in for Cale Ginn, and he makes a tackle for loss. How about that? Jason Sossaman getting his name in the book. Clock under a minute to play here, third period. Savages clinging to a 2-point lead in this football game. And the defenders have made another stop. Fourth down and about 13 or so here. McKinney in the punt formation. He's in that short set, rugby style.
It's going to be Graydon Howe back to receive.
He gets the kick away, and it'll bounce. Graydon will pick it up at the 49. Across midfield, breaks the tackle to the 45. Now he's got some running room. Good block in front to the 40, to the 35. That was not a bad block, guys. That was not a bad block. If you are engaged with someone and they turn their back to you, you did not hit them in the back.
Yeah, and you see the entire Broken Bow coaching staff out on the field arguing that one.
Yeah.
Return, there are flags on the
See,
play.
that's what I don't want an editorial going here, but what I don't like is when there's an official next to the play that doesn't throw the flag,
Right.
and you've got two that are 15 yards away that throw it in because all they saw was the kid turn his back and he's engaged with one of our guys.
And you would assume the one that's right there would have a better view, but
Yeah.
that's not going to help Broken Bow as they're going to march this back to about midfield.
So the Savages are going to lose the field position, but they will retain the football, obviously. They'll step off the yardage from the infraction inside the 50-yard line.
Hey, Skip, we had interrupted our train of thought on a broadcast for a couple of injuries for those guys that were down, but what another great performance by the Savage defense. Another 4 and out.
Yeah.
They have forced another 3 and out, 3 plays in a punt from McAlester. Man, they've really dominated this second half thus far.
Looks like Jimmy Brown in the game at one of the guards here on the right side of scrimmage, along with 71 Aiden Hammonds. That's the right side of the offense. McDaniel has gone all the way at center. Can't see the left side. We'll check them in a moment. Here's Howell with the football. Step, got back for pump fake. Now wants Howell down the sideline. He's got him at the 20 to the 15 and knocked out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Dejon Hall with a great route. And Graydon Howell with a bullet right on Howell's numbers. And once again, going up with his hands, coming down with the football, and moving the chains with 15 seconds left here in the third period. The Savages with a 1st and 10.
Howell pump faked that, got just a little bit of separation. Hall did the rest. Beautiful play, and it gets them in the red zone.
Neal back in the game at the running back position. The Savages once again in the red zone. We've been down here a few times and haven't come away with any points. Let's see if this one's different. Here's a snap. Neal will follow the blocking, 10-yard line, cuts back inside the 10 to the 6-yard line. That's kind of one move and run as quickly to the east as you can. And the clock's going to run out on the third period with the Savages facing a 2nd down and 5 yards to go when the fourth period begins. 16-14 is our score, 12 minutes of football left. And the Savages with another threatening possession when play resumes. This is Savage Football on the Broken Bow Savage YouTube channel.
Running isn't more important than their faith, their family, and our life. I believe that my sole mission in life, no matter what I'm doing, I should be an ambassador for Christ. He knew that when I turned 40 years old, I was going to start running and using this as a ministry. I've seen it through the people that he's brought into my life, as a husband, as a father, as a runner. I've just seen it each day, how he's going to use this for his glory.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services, such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
And welcome back to Memorial Stadium. The Savages with a 2-point lead. But more importantly, with the football, 2nd down and 5 inside the 10-yard line. Another red zone threat here, Chris, and we've got to come away with some points this time.
Yeah, Savages, the main thing is just don't get any negative yards.
Here's the handoff. Neal trying to go left, breaks the tackle at the 10 to the 5, spins to the 1-yard line, and he's got a 1st down inside the 1-yard line. Snooty will stop the clock. We were with 11:47 left and move the chains. Well, he'll drop the chains.
Yeah, they'll drop they will move them to the ground. Man, that was a great run by Neal, and you saw he is he's a power runner, but that also involves some speed. He got out to the corner, he outran the pursuit, and the only reason he's not in the end zone is because they had a couple of guys that didn't have to go far to try to make contact with him. That was an impressive run by Neal, and a good job of blocking on the near side by the offensive line and the slot back.
So we've got a McAlester player once again tending to some muscle cramping, it looks like, and he's back on his feet. Savages will have 1st down and goal from the 1-yard line.
Wow, look at the the intensity of Maverick Lang talking to his offense, like, we're going to put the ball in the end zone, guys. A little intensity, and they need it.
Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
I'm going to, here's the thing. It's 16-14, you're up by 2. If you score a touchdown, you're already up by 8. So you can just kick the extra point and be up by 2 possessions.
Oh, I see what's going on there.
So you've got the power squad in there. Looks like you've got Meddock, Pratt, Williams, and Brandon all in the backfield.
Here we go. Power football. Graydon with the football, hands it to Cade Pratt, and there's his first Savage touchdown.
Untouched.
Yeah.
Great blocking.
Couldn't have been any easier for Cade Pratt. Follow the blocking as the Savages loaded up. And, Chris, we talked about the fact that the Savages should be better conditioned with respect to not having to play as much football tonight because they're not going both ways. They're playing, some of them are playing both ways, but not at the same time.
Right.
They're taking alternating possessions, offense and defense, but not staying on the field the entire time.
Right, and that's especially true for your linemen.
Whereas the McAlester players are not doing that. They're playing every down. Here's the kick, and once again, Zaragoza has split the uprights. 22-14, the Savages now, 23-14, the Savages now with a 9-point advantage with 11:35 left. That's a 2-possession football game here in the fourth period against the 5th-ranked McAlester Buffaloes from Class 5A.
Yeah. Hey, man, you got to appreciate the heart of Sonny Freeman. He came out of the game with those cramps momentarily. He's on that extra point/field goal team, and so he got out there, got in formation, and then after that play had to be helped off by 2 teammates, hobbled, but still out there and making a contribution. Again, yeah, you're right, Skip. And the thing is the momentum is entirely with Broken Bow this second half. They have been the dominant football team. As you said, they haven't got it in the end zone, but they have defensively, they have not let McAlester do anything.
I agree. They've actually done a really good job of containing other than the 2 plays that were, I'm not going to call them busted plays because one of them was just an improvise, as you said earlier.
Right.
The other one was just a missed tackle. But other than those 2 big plays, the Savages have done a good job of containing the McAlester Buffaloes. Now we'll kick it away to them with a 9-point lead. 11:35 left in the football game, and here's Zaragoza's kick. They'll let it go out of bounds this time, well out of bounds. And the McAlester Buffaloes will take possession at the 35-yard line. Let's take a look here at the scoreboard from around the state of Oklahoma. It's week 0. Not everyone plays on week 0, but a lot of teams do. Top-ranked Elgin leads Lawton MacArthur 42-21 in the fourth quarter. Elgin is the defending state champion, unbeaten season last year, and looked to be the odds-on favorite in Class 4A this year. Fort Gibson is ahead of Glenpool. Peyton Werner's head coaching debut is not going as well as he had hoped. 42-21, Fort Gibson doubling up on Glenpool. Fort Gibson's pretty good this year, actually. They have a good football team.
Same score as Elgin.
McAlester will take over first down on the 35-yard line.
Here is Dale Condick's Muskogee team. First time out, they get the Booker T. Washington.
Wow.
And that's a tough one.
That's a tough first game.
21-14 when you're playing BTW on the road and you're within a touchdown. That's not bad. Good job, Dale. Anadarko and Lone Grove all tied at 28. Here's McKinney in the game for McAlester, 1st and 10. Football at the 35-yard line. He's got a back in the backfield with him and 4 receivers, now 1 in motion. Fake the jet sweep. Now they want to throw the ball downfield, loops it up, and it's knocked away. A great left-handed defend by Isaiah Fields on the coverage, step for step with the receiver. 2nd down and 10.
McKinney was leveled by Braden Williams as soon as he was releasing the ball. That didn't have a chance, and they sent Pratt up the middle on the blitz. They had to block him, so they didn't have anybody to block the outside pressure, and that resulted in Williams basically.
We got a couple of opponents, future opponents, playing each other tonight. Ada leads Durant 31-7. That's at Durant. Cougars having their way. Here's McKinney scrambling, rolling left. Wants to throw the football out. Hot pass, incomplete.
Ooh,
good defense.
That should have been a penalty. That wasn't intentional contact. He was trying to slow down and reached out. Yeah, that's going to be an unnecessary roughness penalty on Patrick, but it shouldn't have been.
Contact after he went out of bounds, and so I don't know if it was a momentum thing or what, but it's going to be a penalty on us.
But the contact was with his hand, which he was trying to stop himself because he was going into the sideline. He just reached out his hand touched the back of the player, but it's going to result in a first down. And
11
ball near midfield for the
11:23 left in the football game. 23-14 Broken Bow.
Good ball, personal foul on the Savages.
Personal foul called against Broken Bow. We'll have a 15-yard mark off into Savage territory. Nope, it'll be just short. Looks like it's going to be the 49-yard line. Or will it be? Midfield. Yeah, they're going to mark it right at midfield. Nose of the football on the paint at midfield. 1st and 10 Buffaloes.
Well, they get to cross the midfield stripe for the first time offensively via a penalty on Broken Bow.
Yeah, they didn't cross it.
Oh, you're right. The nose of the ball is almost touching it.
They snugged up to it. Let's see if we can get them here. Savages looking to rush 5 here. Nope, they're coming from the outside as well. Pressure in the backfield. Where's the ball? It's McKinney coming out with it. He is going to get into Savage territory, but not by much, as he's chased down by Sossaman from backside defensive end position.
Man, Sossaman's having a heck of a quarter here. Already 2 tackle. Well, a tackle for loss and then 1 for a very short gain, and he has good stick-to-itiveness as he just dragged what you would assume was a faster player, the running quarterback, down from behind.
Sallisaw Black Diamonds, we talked about them. They are ranked in the top 10 in Class 4A. They are getting smoked at Pryor tonight. 45-22, fourth quarter score.
Wow.
Here's 2nd down and a long 9 yards. McKinney in the backfield, has a back with him. Fakes the handoff, now wants to air the ball out down the right sideline. It's caught at the 10, and he's tackled. Loose football into the end zone. Savages scramble for it. Fields knocks it out of bounds. What are they going to say?
Touchback? I think that's a touchback.
They say the ground caused the fumble, and McAlester will keep possession.
2-yard line will be 1st and goal for the Buffaloes.
Yeah, he did. Ball was knocked out when he hit the ground, so that's a good call. 3rd going to be at the 3-yard line. Once again, the Savages susceptible to the big play, but he didn't get in the end zone.
A good job of Fields getting the shoestring tackle before he could score, but that's going to put them in a position to, they can't tie it up. Savages have their work cut out for them as they need to hold them out of the end zone for 4 plays, and they're only 4 yards away.
That's a tough spot when you're a cornerback and you're out there in isolation on a very fast receiver. Here's McKinney. He'll hand it off inside, and they're going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, McAlester. So McAlester will pull to within 2 points here. They'll pull to within 3. They still have an extra point on the way. We've got a lot of police activity going down the highway here behind us. An even 10 minutes on the scoreboard left in this football game, and there's a lot of fight left in the McAlester Buffaloes. The Savages have a lot of work still to do. 23-20 is our score, and the extra point on the way here to try to pull within 2.
You know, it looked like Brandon almost blocked one in the first half.
Good snap. The kick is no good. He missed it left, so it's still a 3-point football game. 23-20, 10 minutes left in the ball game. Let's take a short timeout. We'll be back with a kickoff in just a moment. This is Savage football.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
Well, we're in a tight football game here between 2 top 10 football teams.
We're in a tight spot.
We're in a tight spot. Savages are going to send Graydon Howell back in the middle of the field here. Isaiah Fields will flank to the right. And that looks like is that
Snooty.
Neal? Yeah, Snooty Neal also back deep. But it's Graydon in the middle of the field. I don't think McAlester has noticed that it's him. Or maybe they have. They kick it away. It's going to roll into the end zone. The Savages will get the football on touchback at the 25-yard line. 10 minutes left in the football game. 23-20 Broken Bow leads, and the Savage offense back on the field.
It'd be interesting to see what kind of offensive plays the Savages want to use. Again, just a 3-point lead here. But each team has a full set of timeouts, 3 apiece. Savages could conceivably, with that power offense that they've had, they could conceivably eat up the clock going down and put it in with less than a minute left.
I like what you're conceiving.
Yeah. I mean, with Snooty Neal, the way he's running, and Pratt's made the touchdown, he's also a powerful runner. They use him on defense, so they don't want to tire him as he's the middle linebacker. But the way the defense is playing, he has not really had a lot of time on field.
Let me correct us back from the college game to the high school game. The football is at the 20, not the 25. Savages make it pistol formation. Here's Neal, handoff straight ahead. Hard running, 5 yards, 6 yards on the carry.
That's exactly what you want.
Neal on the carry, not to about the 25-yard line.
Savages will get it to the 26. It'll be 2nd down and 4, and the clock moves under 10 minutes.
How many times did Coach Mav say he wanted Snooty to touch the ball?
25 times.
I think he's getting it.
Yeah, he said at least 25 times.
And that is exhausting for a defense. That McAlester defense out there, they've been out there the vast majority of this second half.
He said he told him yesterday, get a good night's sleep. You're going to be busy tomorrow. Savages with a trip set, wide side on 2nd and 4. Howell in the pistol in front of Neal. Another handoff. Neal, nowhere to go. Slips down in the backfield with a defender on his back. Tackle for loss.
Here's the danger for McAlester. I mean, again, they know what Brobo's trying to do, and so they sent both backers on a blitz that time. But if you do play action and get receivers downfield, you can burn them. So remember, we have at least 3 receivers that can get downfield, catch the ball, and are very dangerous once they catch it.
Savages with only 2 receivers in the formation and everybody else in tight here, so it's basically a double tight. Graydon will backpedal. Now he finds a little room, buys himself a little room, and Dejan goes up and gets the football. Was he inbounds? Yes, he was. That's a 1st down, Broken Bow. Nice catch on the sideline by Dejan Hall. That was just an athletic move.
Great job adjusting, coming back to, I think it's a curl route. He was supposed to come back, but saw where the ball was, jumped up, came down, got both feet in bounds, moved the chains.
8:35 left. Clock stops on the out of bounds, and
no, it doesn't.
It's supposed to.
It hasn't done a lot of stopping tonight.
Yeah, I don't know who's running the clock. I don't want to throw him out of the bus here, but it has. You're right. It hasn't stopped on occasions when it needed to.
We're fine with that.
Pistol for. I'm okay with the clock running. Here's Neal, looking to the right side, corralled inside, cuts back for a couple, maybe 3,
maybe 4.
Maybe 4. He goes across the 40-yard line. The play started at the 38. If they give him the 41-yard line, that's a gain of 3. He's close. He's over the 41.
He's up 2nd and about 6.
I'm going to get 2nd down, and we'll call it a short 7 yards here. Clock moves. 7:45 left. Savages up by 3 and really would like to limit the amount of time left on the clock after this possession. Certainly would like to get some points out of it, but you just don't want to leave enough for your opponent to do anything with. Great recovery there by Graydon to take the bad snap. Penalty marker comes in.
That may be a face mask.
As Graydon was able to reach out and grab that snap with his left hand, it was not a perfect snap. Handed the ball off to Snooty Neal, but Snooty got hit right at the line of scrimmage. Penalty marker came in on contact. Still haven't seen an indication of what the call is.
Well, he's facing Broken Bow's team, so it looked like he may be walking it. I thought it might have been a face mask, but it was not.
I think it was a holding against Broken Bow.
So you replay the down.
You do replay it, and it's from the point of the infraction, which happened in front of the line of scrimmage, so it won't be a full 10-yard penalty. It will go back to the 38-yard line, the line to gain the 40. No, I'm sorry. I've got the 33-yard line. My bad. 15 yards, 2nd down, and about 14 for the Savages.
They're sending 10 on a blitz.
Once again in the pistol, fake handoff, rolling back. Graydon wants to throw the football. 1st down territory. Kalel flag on the catch, and that's a 1st down.
Same play as on this side, just flip it. Another great job, a curl route by Flag, perfect route just right there running to the ball, and the ball was delivered on a dime just past the line to gain. Beautiful on a second and 15.
Second down and 15. The Savages get 15 and a half. Still in still in Savage territory at the 47-yard line, but another 1st and 10. Clock moves under the 7-minute mark here in the football game. Cade Pratt, the H-back to the right side of the offense. 3 receivers in formation, handoff Neal. Straight ahead, room to run, midfield, 45, 40-yard line. And down he goes with the defender riding him to the 40-yard line. That's going to be first down yardage. Another great carry by Jatarius Neal. And the chains will move. 6:40 left, clock on the move.
And that, just a great job. You saw when he momentarily paused and then accelerated straight down the field.
Yep.
Just a powerful run, got the first down, and kept the clock moving.
Big credit there to Josh McDaniel and Sonny Freeman getting that hole opened up as Neal had plenty of room once he made that little hezzy move and then was able to accelerate through it. First down yardage. Same play. Once again, he's ahead, gets hit at the second layer there. That's a linebacker or a safety coming in to hit him. He's going to get 2, maybe 3 out of that carry. Second down and 7.
You know, to Skip, after that, within the first 5 minutes of this football game, if you said, Brookmo's going to take over and start pounding the ball between the guard and tackle and center on base plays and beat McAlester in the second half, I would have said, well, it doesn't look like it now, but this is a testament to the conditioning of Broken Bow.
And this is a testament to the type of football team they want to be. They want to be big, physical. Here's a snap directly to Cole Patrick. Across the 40, 35, spin move to the 32-yard line, still fighting, 30-yard line, pushing the pile, still moving. First down yardage, Cole Patrick has moved the chains on a direct snap. I'm not sure, Chris, that play, the way it developed, it was not the snap wasn't even directly to Patrick. He had to reach out and get it. But either way, the play developed like the blocking was designed for it. So I think it was a play that was supposed to go that way.
Yeah, and maybe they were. Who knows? It's Maverick Lang. They might have worked on that, make it look like a busted play.
It's possible.
I mean, seriously, it did work though.
Got a penalty, personal foul against the McAlester Buffaloes. That should be a dead ball foul. So that's an automatic 15 yards.
And they were getting chippy in there and hitting Patrick in that huddle. He was just surrounded by McAlester players at the end there. One of them hit him in the helmet. That's what it's going to be on. And A.J. Brennan, team leader, reached out, grabbed Patrick by the back of the shoulder pads after he saw a penalty call, pulled him to the sideline to keep retaliation, which I don't know if he would have or not, but, let them get the penalty. Look at we moved the ball from the 20-yard line all the way inside their 20.
Yeah, we're at the 15-yard line, 1st and 10, 5:15 left in the football game. Pistol formation. Hand off to Patrick again. Hit at the line of scrimmage, nothing there. No gain. Second down and 10. Clock on the move is going to move under the 5-minute mark in between these plays. Savages are very happy for the clock to continue to tick. McAlester has 3 timeouts, and they're going to have to consider taking one of them here. If Savages wind up in a 3rd down and long situation, I think McAlester will use a timeout to preserve some time.
And especially since they see Snooty Neal back in the football game.
Right.
He got a little breather there and is ready to go.
See what Maverick dials up on 2nd and 10. Once again in the pistol, they'll move Williams to the left side of the offense. Hand off to Neal. Waits on his blocking. Steps outside. 15. Spins to the 13-yard line. Gain of 2 on the play. And now we're facing 3rd down and 8. 4 minutes and 15 seconds left. And I'm surprised that McAlester doesn't take a timeout right here.
Well, they have 2. No, they didn't take one.
So
they have all 3 left. I don't understand that. When you have the ball, you have control.
They have all 3 timeouts, and the Savages are milking that 45-second clock every time in between. And if they've still got 4th down to go here. There's going to be 2 minutes left, even if they turn it over on
And
down.
even if you stop them, you've got about 90 yards to travel.
Right. Pistol, fake handoff. Graydon looks for some time. Now he's going to scramble. Buys himself a little more room. Now wants to throw it a football. Penalty marker comes in. He throws it out of the back of the end zone. Incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 3:36 left, and we'll wait and see what the penalty is.
With that long a play, it may be either holding or illegal receiver downfield.
I think it was holding.
Yeah.
He threw it right at the back of our lineman, so I'm pretty sure it was a holding call.
They will. If they take it, it'll replay the down, though. I think if I was McAlester, I'd take the incompletion.
It's 3rd down and 8. It would be 4th down and 8 if they decline it. Yeah, he declined it.
Yeah, I think that's a wise decision.
So we helped them there by stopping the clock on the incomplete pass. 3 minutes, 36 seconds left. The Savages with 4th down and 8. And if you have a field goal kicker, now is the time to utilize them.
It'd be about a 30-yarder.
But it's 23 to 20. I mean, it's, again, a 6-point lead. You still lose on a touchdown, most likely.
With a conversion.
But a field goal doesn't tie the game. So
right. Well, plus, that's a tough decision because also, if you go for it and miss it, at least they're down and they're in the field. The defense has played a stellar game this half. Gave up one long play, and that was it. I don't know.
I still think I'd rather have a 6-point lead and being kicking off rather than playing defense in a 3-point lead. 3:36 left in the football game. 23 to 20. Savages have 2 timeouts left. McAlester has all 3. Savages really needing to dial something up here on 4th down and 8 with the football at the 14-yard line. It's actually between the 13 and 14.
You know, it might be time to the play that didn't develop because they had Blake Skelton and we got a penalty, but with Graydon Howell out there and you need 8 yards. You put him out of a receiver. You got a kid that can throw the ball accurately.
Maybe.
We'll see what they dial up. I agree with whatever decision they're going to go with.
So
I'll put it that way.
Smart move. Smart move.
Very diplomatic.
Spoken like a true litigator.
Exactly.
3:36 is not a lot of time, but it's enough, especially when you have an explosive offense. One play we saw earlier, we've seen one time, was that little throwback wheel where he fakes to Neal, and then everything rolls to the right side, and then Graydon throws the ball back to Neal on the backside. We'll see if that's the play here. It is that formation. Nope. They're going to roll to the right with Neal as the lead blocker. Fire the football out into the flat, in and out of the hands of Kalel Flagg, incomplete. And the Savages turn the ball over on 4th down inside the red zone for the how many times? Fourth time tonight.
Hey, man, that was the right play. It was a little bit overthrown, but the ball was there. It did go between Flags. He had to leap to get to it, but it went between his hands. I mean, that was there on the money. He was bracketed by a couple of defenders. You just got to make those plays. Now it's up to the Savage defense to preserve this victory.
So here we go. It's Trazer Wild here. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left, 3 timeouts on the board, and a 3-point deficit. McAlester with the football, 1st and 10. At the 14, I'm going to call it the 14-yard line.
Maybe we'll see number 33 go and make a 3-yard lost sack.
Here we are with the passing quarterback in the lineup. That's Tidwell. Has a running back on his left hip and 4 receivers in the formation. Looking for the pass, fires the football down, and Fields is in great position this time.
That's a smart move. Yeah. He strode it. He saw where he was going and got in front of him.
And as soon as the receiver looked back, Isaiah did as well. Turned and actually used his body to block the receiver from getting into his route. A great play all the way around by our cornerback, Isaiah Fields.
And that's the D1 recruit Washington there, and that was just an excellent job by a defensive back. You're on an island on the corner. It was one-on-one coverage down this and well done.
Yeah, nice job, number 5. Clock is stopped at 3:25 left now in the football game. 2nd down and 10.
I expect him to send Washington downfield again, though.
Tidwell still in the game. They're going to try to run the football, and he slips through with the tacklers. Second wave, and finally Jimmy Brown brings him down with some help on the backside there from Achilles Pearson.
That should stop the clock. It
hadn't stopped it all night, Chris. So
okay. Well, I was going to say they need to measure. Well, maybe they don't need to measure it.
He didn't get the first down. It's 3rd down and 1. Clock's going to move under 3 minutes left, and McAlester still sitting on 3 timeouts. 2:55 and rolling. Savages bringing the house here, it looks like. Both linebackers want to come, and the outside linebacker as well. Pressure. Football is overthrown, and that may be a penalty as Patrick made contact with the receiver when the ball was in the air, but no penalty, and we'll take the loss of down here as that'll bring up 4th down and 1 yard here. And
Patrick's down on the field.
I don't
got a cramp. I'm
not a football coach. I just play one on the radio. But I don't know why on 3rd and 1 that you throw the ball downfield. You got 3 timeouts left. You need to move the chain, set yourself up, and then work with 2 timeouts left.
And the Savages.
But I'm okay that they didn't do that.
Yeah, I'm okay they didn't do that. And that was Cade Pratt putting pressure on the quarterback along with the backside. I didn't see who the backside guy was. It might have been Meta, but they were right in his face. He took a shot as he released the football. And that ball might have been tipped at the line of scrimmage or by one of the rushers, and that may be why they didn't call the interference penalty.
Patrick is back up. Another cramp has players down tonight. It's been a tough night for both sides of both teams tonight. This hot, humid weather rolling in after that cool front has given us such a beautiful day. But I don't know what the temperature is. We did check the relative humidity is 88 degrees, and the temperature feels like it's probably around 72 or so.
I think it's 75. I think it was 75 when I looked earlier. He's just sitting there, and there's no wind. There's no breeze, and it just sits.
Yeah, it really does.
Yep, good call, man. 72 degrees.
72. No flag.
You do the sports and the weather.
Sports and the weather, that's right. And I saw the police go by. I reported that earlier as well. Here's a handoff inside. They're going to get first down yardage as the running back still on his feet across the 30-yard line. 2:37 left, and this time the clock does stop for the chains to move, and now quickly it's moving again.
That was Fields and Howell on the tackle. Graydon Howell in at free safety, and that's to prevent those fast receivers from getting behind us.
First down and 10, 2 minutes, 20 seconds left in the football game. Tidwell. No, that's McKinney throwing the football. Caught at the 36, across the 40, across midfield into Savage territory.
We got the ball. Graydon Howell stripped it. Number 4 took the ball right out of his hands.
So the Savages stripped the football away from the Buffaloes at midfield. And the Savages now can run the timeout with 2 minutes and 7 seconds left in the football game. McAlester has 3 timeouts as Snooty comes off also with a cramp.
Wow. What a heads-up play.
Well, I mean, that's your team leader. One of your captains, your quarterback, goes on the field, plays safety defense, and just takes the football away from the receiver.
And we both noted in
that was a big play. I mean,
that
was a big offensive play.
Yeah. I mean, that saved the ball game.
So the Savages will go with Cade Pratt in the backfield with Graydon Howell. So you'll see the Buffaloes take a timeout after every play here, but that's a bad snap.
No.
Get on the football, Graydon. There you go. So the Savages will lose 15 yards on a bad snap over the head of their quarterback. And McAlester waits until the 2-minute mark to take the timeout. Once again, clock management not necessarily the forte of this Buffalo coaching staff.
Yeah, that was a heads-up play or a smart play by Howell. Didn't try to do anything, just get on the football.
Yeah, you just got to keep possession, especially when it's over your head in their territory. 23-20 is our score. Consider this the 2-minute warning as the Buffaloes take a timeout with 2 minutes exactly remaining in the football game. The Savages faced with second down at their own 35-yard line. They've got to get to the 41-yard line in Buffalo territory. That's a long ways, 24 yards for a first down.
Savage is going to do a 2-minute drill, but with the opposite intentions clockwise. The objective in this one is to take as much time off the clock as possible and still advance the football to the first down marker. And, man, it is literally on the other side of the field. Well, I guess it was when they started because they were at their 49. But
and as a play caller, this puts you in a really compromising position because you really need to throw the football, but you really don't want an incompletion to stop the clock. So just keep it on the ground, do your best. Here's Cade Pratt breaking tackles, 40.
That's
loose
good.
Ball on the ground. That's the same thing that happened down there. It's got to be.
Not a fumble.
No, it's not a fumble. Same thing that McAlester did at the 3-yard line.
He was up into the first thing that hit the ground was his arm and shoulder, and he's down before the football pops.
So the clock continues to run, and McAlester lets it. Not sure.
At the 44-yard line.
If you're not going to use that second time out here, you're not going to have any time left. I don't understand this at all. But okay, third down and 17.
They don't carry over to next week.
That's right, they don't.
Savage, maybe they've conceded. I don't know.
Savage is going to let it run.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Why not?
Then you call a timeout with 1 second left.
Take it down or snap it with 1 second left.
That would work too because you still need to get
7 on the play clock. Now 5, 4, 3, 2, and the snap at 1 second. That was beautifully timed. Here's Graydon rolling right. He'll turn it upfield. And now McAlester will take a timeout. So they'll use their second timeout with 57 seconds left, and the Savages are faced with 4th and 15. So will Broken Bow punt the football? Yes, they will.
Who will be your punter?
Graydon Howe.
Timeout Buffaloes.
Yeah, the Buffaloes take their second timeout, so they'll be left with 1 timeout remaining, under a minute left to play, trailing by 3, and the Savages will try to get as much field position out of this kick as they can.
Well, I mean, this obviously you don't want to set McAlester up for a punt return. You expect him to scramble, take the snap, run.
I would rugby style it
toward the sideline and hope that it has a long roll, gives your coverage time to get down there, and let it take another 10 seconds, 15 seconds off the clock before they touch it dead. But
does he kick with his right foot or his left foot?
I don't know. We'll find out. Maybe. Yeah, we will.
I think he kicked with his right foot, didn't he? I don't know. I didn't notice. He throws with his left hand.
With the left,
yeah.
but he's a switch hitter in baseball. He uses both sides of the box.
Broken has it 4th and 14.
So from the way he's setting up, I'm going to say he kicks with his right foot. That was his drop step. Here it comes. Yep. Right-footed kicker.
Wow.
Rugby style. It's going to bounce, roll, continue in bounds. Beautiful kick, kept in bounds. 48.6 seconds left in the football game. 1st and 10, McAlester from their own 16-yard line. They have 84 yards to go and 48.6 seconds left with 1 timeout to work with.
This is what you would call a prevent defense. But you're going to put pressure on the quarterback because you don't want to give those receivers time to get downfield. So.
Takes over, first down on the
well, you wanted some drama. You got it, man. What a football game.
What a wonderful football game between a couple of top 10 teams. This is the way you start your season. You know, when you've got teams that are ranked this highly playing each other, this is what you expect. You expect it to come down with a possession and a chance to win the football game. Whoever has the ball last still having a chance to win, and that's what's up right here. I see Jackson Porter and Jimmy Brown. I see Braden Williams and Achilles Pearson. Bladen Meddock and Cade Pratt. Isaiah Fields, A.J. Brannon, Cole Patrick, and Graydon Howe. B.B. Heath at the other cornerback. Those are your 11 defenders for the Broken Bow Savages. Number 5, Jackson McKinney, the quarterback for the McAlester Buffaloes. He's got 4 receivers in motion, or in formation. Fires the football downfield deep, and Graydon goes after it. He's the only one that can touch it, but he can't catch
wow.
it. He couldn't catch it either. 42.2 seconds left. Still a long ways to go here for the McAlester Buffalo. Still 84 yards away.
Well, last year as a freshman, Al was a all-district outfielder. That's what he's doing right now.
2 years ago he was a freshman.
Oh, 2 years ago, right. Sorry. Last year he was a all-district.
He was. 42.2 seconds left. Second down and 10. And I would expect more of the same. This time they'll go with twin sets to both sides. Double twins here. McKinney wants to throw the football. Knocked away as your safety comes across and makes a good play on it.
Nice break by Patrick on the ball. Got a hand on it.
36 seconds left. Third down and 10. Savage defenders doing everything necessary here to keep McAlester from getting any kind of offensive generation on this possession. And they are 2 snaps away from a big season-opening win. The first time that the Savages will have won a season opener in about 7 seasons. There's a pre-snap foul. Who's this on?
That's going to be on McAlester. That's going to be illegal procedure.
False start on the Buffaloes. 5-yard penalty brings up 3rd and 15.
So back them up 5. From 3rd and 10, we go to 3rd and 15.
And that can't have a difference because instead of a 10-yard route to get a first down, you have to run a 15. Now, they obviously they're going to go for it on 4th if they don't get it on this one.
Yeah,
so.
and I don't know if they're thinking first down here with 36 seconds left. They're trying to air the ball out. There's a hot pass through the arms of the open receiver. He was open. He was going to be well short of a first down, but
I think Heath got a hand on it, or Williams won.
I don't think so. I think it went through the you mean after it hit the receiver?
After it hit the receiver, yeah.
31.6 seconds left, 4th down and 15. The Savages need one stop and a kneel to take the season opener from the 5th-ranked Buffaloes.
If they could stop them on this play, line to gains at 28. Braden Howell is at the 45-yard line.
No, that's the referee.
Oh.
McKinney wants to throw it deep. Now he's going to run. That's a bad mistake. And that's going to be the ball game. That's going to do it for the Broken Bow Savages. We're going to come away with a win after the defenders make a big stop on 4th down. Savages will send their quarterback in to take a knee, and the Savages will start the season with a victory.
What a great defensive effort in the second half by Broken Bow. Effort all the way around, but the defense has been stellar. Gave up one drive on one big play. Other than that, they've shut out McAlester. And this is a good football team. Make no mistake about it.
Both of them. McAlester.
Both of them, yeah. I'm talking about McAlester.
McAlster's going to make some noise in their district as well. But the Savages making a statement tonight with a win over McAlester, stating that we belong here in the Class 4A top 10. Graydon takes the knee. McAlester will not use that timeout, and the Savages get the victory. 23-20. Huge win for Broken Bow.
Look at the excitement of this football team. Wow. That's quality, guys. I'm proud of the way they played.
Absolutely. This is a huge victory for Broken Bow. And a program that's headed in the right direction again. You've got to be super proud of these coaches and players. They worked so hard this summer. You heard Coach Lang in the pregame talk about the fact how many of his players had 100% attendance to the Summer Pride program, and then even more than that with 90% attendance.
And that's voluntary.
It's voluntary.
Yeah, it's voluntary, but they wanted to be there.
Tremendous.
And they wanted to be there so they could be here right now at this position.
Tremendous effort. Next weekend, we'll be right back here in this stadium, the Durant Lions for homecoming and the all-school, all-class reunion. So that's going to be a big, big weekend in Broken Bow next weekend. But tonight we celebrate. 23-20, the Savages defeat the McAlester Buffaloes in the season opener. Any final words, Chris?
Just that this is Savage football that you're witnessing tonight, and this is a promising season. We're going to bring you all of them, man. Tune in. It's going to be fun.
Want to remind you about those media partners for us. If you're in their businesses, be sure and thank them for helping bring these free live streams to you. They are really, really important to us, helping us keep this broadcast going, and we appreciate them so much. We hope you'll tell them that. Thank you so much for watching tonight. We had a good crowd tuned in with us for the season opener. Join us again next week right here at Broken Bow Savages on YouTube for more Broken Bow Savage football. The Savages win 23-20 over the McAlester Buffaloes. For Chris Chandler, Jonathan Callaway, Zach West, my name's Skip Copeland. God bless you all. We'll see you next week.
This is my time, I'm on the rise, can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time, ready to shine, brighter than all of the lights. Cause when it's game time, seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind, beating the buzzer like, this is my time, this is my moment. You better bet that I'm on it, ready and set, I'ma own it. Blast it to 10, then keep going.